playing this reel with any period-appropriate music you may see fit. The countdown will commence momentarily, and you may begin welcoming guests into the ballroom. Thank you. It is now 10 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. We would like to extend a thank you to any staff members present for helping to make this event a wonderful experience for all. We would have guaranteed compensation, but at this time we're not sure if monetary currency will still be valid following a nuclear fallout. It is now 9 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. At this time, let me be among the first to welcome you to our humble shelter at the Red Lion Inn in what has been up to this point scenic Cromwell, Connecticut. We hope you will enjoy your stay this weekend. Thank you. It is now 8 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. Exits are located to the side and rear of the ballroom. In the event of an emergency, you may be asked to ignore these exits and duck and cover appropriately. Please feel free to review the duck and cover technique with those sitting around you. It is now 7 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. A reminder to our guests, regardless of whether it was designed to withstand the nuclear effects of the wasteland, a costume never implies consent. Please ask before hugging or photographing anyone wearing a costume or hazmat suit, no matter how cute it may be. It is now 6 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. You may like to use this time to peruse the booklet provided to you at check-in for helpful information about Furpocalypse, its charities, and any number of fun events scheduled to help distract you from the horrors surely taking place just outside the safety of our shelter. It is now 5 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. If you have an hour or two to spare this weekend, perhaps consider supporting our convention as a volunteer. Conventions like ours are only successful through the hard work of volunteers, and any assistance is greatly appreciated. Please visit our ConOps table by the lobby for more information. It is now 4 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. A reminder to our costumed guests, heat stroke and heat exhaustion are no laughing matter. A headless airlock has been provided across the hall for you to cool off in safety, and hotel staff have set up hydration stations throughout our shelter for your convenience. It is now 3 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. Please be advised that in the safety of the hotel, auditory disturbances like a wooing may be mistaken for warning sirens, inducing unneeded panic. A $350 fine may be enforced for untimely wooing. It is now 4 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. A reminder to our costumed guests, heat stroke and heat exhaustion are no laughing matter. A headless airlock has been provided across the hall for you to cool off in safety, and hotel staff have set up hydration stations throughout our shelter for your convenience. It is now 3 minutes to midnight. The events of our Furpocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. Please be advised that in the safety of the hotel, auditory disturbances like a wooing may be mistaken for warning sirens, inducing unneeded panic. A $350 fine may be enforced for untimely wooing, and collections may be donated to our charities in the event that monetary currency is still valid following the nuclear fallout. It is now 2 minutes to midnight. The events of our Apocalypse weekend will be commencing shortly. Please use this time to silence any mobile devices, as these may disturb your fellow guests, or set off the sensitive radar equipment set up to track nearby nuclear activity for your safety. It is now 1 minute to midnight. Please take your seats, as the events of our Apocalypse weekend will begin momentarily. In fact, by the time I've finished saying this, it will probably be time for me to announce that it is now 30 seconds to midnight. It is now 30 seconds to midnight.
Hello? 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 Anybody out there? Hello? 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 Did we make it? We made it! We survived! Woo! Whew. Oh boy, I gotta tell you, it's pretty amazing that we're all here, considering, to be terribly honest. Sometimes the vault has difficulties, but to be terribly honest, it's amazing that we're all here, considering, well, we really didn't think that this place would stand up against a windstorm, let alone the apocalypse, but we're alive! Everyone else in the world except you is dead! Woo! Oh boy, what a miracle. Okay, hard part's over. We survived. Everyone's here. Everyone's happy. Everyone's safe, at least for the next 12 hours, as long as you don't go outside. We have no idea what's out there. So, I'd say it's time to party! Come on, staff, come on up! We made it! We made it! We've got everybody here. We've got Silverwolf, your overseer. We've got Black. We've got your guests of honor, Ken and RoboShark. We've got our charity over here, who look like they've already been in a wasteland, actually. Oh, gentlemen. Oh, gentlemen.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? Are we ready for this? I mean, we survived. Who knows what's outside? All right. So, first off, thank you, everybody, for coming to for Apocalypse 2019.
I knew this pompadour would be a bad idea. Oh, so we've got a question for you. Actually, two questions. This is rather traditional, I think, Silver. Who's been to Furpocalypse before?
All right.
That's always fun to see. Even more fun, who's here for the very first time?
All right. Lots of hands.
Welcome to the con. Pleasure to have you. But I think you guys have seen enough of me. I'll be back later, don't worry.
All right.
I'm
Thank
going to
you,
go ahead
Nick.
and pass this over to our true overseer, Silverwolf, an actual leader, and figure out
Hey,
how to get this over my
Easy
hairdo.
now. All right. So, guys, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of our new centerpiece here? You guys digging it? Yeah. Big hand to Mr. Nick. He played a huge part in the construction and the creation of this thing. So, round of applause for Nick. All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody and let you know I saw a lot of first-timers. That's awesome. Really glad to see new faces. Hope you enjoy yourselves. We've got lots of great programming. Just a couple of highlights. We've got our dance comp, which is a great event, tomorrow at 3:30. Our masquerade, which is always hilarious, crying tears, everything you can imagine, laughs. Rehearsal, 10 a.m. tomorrow. 8 p.m. is the main event. Don't miss it. It is awesome. We're also going to be incorporating a costume contest and another fun contest, which we are bringing back from days of old, which you're going to hear more about later. And we also have some 18-plus programming. So for those of you who are over 18, we are doing the match game. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the match game from the 70s. It's absolutely hilarious. We get a panel of judges up here, panelists up here. And we make fun of ourselves, look like idiots. It's a really great time. But it is 18+. That is tonight at 8:30. So if you got nothing to do, come on down. Check it out. It's pretty fun. Couple other notes. We got a wonderful dealer's den for you this year. As you notice, we did kind of flip things back to the away. We are going back to the days of old for this con. So we got our dealer's den next door. They are going to be opening around noon. Our con store and dealer's checkout are going to be right across the hall here in Jersey. Check it out. We got a lot of great merch this year. I don't know if some of you guys saw it in Reg. We got some awesome T-shirts designed by Robo. Our con book cover was designed by Kinkit. Freaking amazing. Our hoodie is Ethan. And we also have some really neat glasses. If you guys have not seen our glasses for this year, they look amazing. These drinking glasses, whatever you want to put in. I'm not going to judge. All right. All that's opening around noon. And then we have the art show, which is located back here in Kent. I'll stop rambling on. But before I get off the stage, there is a long-time person that unfortunately was not able to make it here due to some health issues. Unfortunately, he was in the hospital for the past 3 weeks. He's one of our board members, and he was the founder and con chair of Fur Fright for over 11 years. A lot of you know him as Bellic Bear or the Pirate Bear. So unfortunately, he was released from the hospital yesterday morning, so he was not able to attend, but I want to send to him a nice little get well. So on the count of 3, I want all of you guys to shout, "Get well soon." So, Bellic, this is for you. You are greatly missed. We wish you were here, and our audience has a message for you. Thank you, everybody. It's going to bring tears to his eyes, and I cannot wait. So now, I'd like to hand things over to Black Wolf, who's going to tell you a little more about our programming and other events.
Thank you, kind sir. Well, good morning, good afternoon. It's one of the times.
Time is irrelevant. It's the apocalypse.
Let me ask my child here. What'd you say? Okay, it says we're here now.
You don't count.
So yes, as you see, we go back to our original ways. So I'm sure some of the suitors have seen that we went back to the old area in the back. If anybody has any concerns about headless, you can come see me or any one of my staff, or let ConOps know so they get a hold of us. And suitors, please drink water and not vodka. Also, maybe, but also we do have the fursuit ear tags like we do every year. 10 o'clock, ConOps. So try to get there early enough to get your ear tags. They may not have the number you're looking for, but it doesn't matter. Just get what you want. Also, we do have the games on Sundays, the typical fun fursuit games. At 10:30 is the sign-in. You'll see me on stage being silly. Most of the time they try to take me off stage and run off. One day they want. Stop beating me. I have PTSD from that. And then also, what Silver did mention, we did bring something back. Franken fursuit. So please, if y'all interested, huh? What is it? Well, what Franken fursuit is, you come up, we have a bunch of fursuit scraps that were all donated. You get into individual teams, and you make your own fursuit. And then during part of, well, the masquerade, the middle part of it, you come up with your team, and you get judged on it. You got some great prizes. Ooh, which prizes do we have? Do we have some shiny things? Some shiny things? Ooh, I like shiny things. Then also we do have now a photo booth. So photo booth, it is set up right behind, past tabletop and games. That's where it's set up. Check sketch for times when they will be there. Then also fursuit parade. Weather, I've been checking. It looks like it's going to look good. So we'll have the old route where we're going to start up here at 12:30. Then we'll do our normal route going across. Go in front of ConOps, or if they change it on me again, I'll have to double check. But I'll keep everybody informed when y'all come line up. And they will end at the parking garage. Anybody who wants to take photos, we can get you on top of the parking garage so you can look down and get enough pictures of all the fluffy, cute animals. I already see a few of them in here. Can I get a woo from them? That goes to charity then. Any woo fine goes to charity. And then also, volunteers. If you're looking to volunteer for the con, go see Front at ConOps or anybody else in his department. Swag for you? Oh, yeah, we got some good swag. We even got some good, we got some other stuff this year, too, from some other incentives. Yes. Yeah. New incentives. They have the whole thing at ConOps. Yeah, so go check out ConOps for all the different things you can do for volunteering. We always love our volunteers. We love you. And then, that's enough yammering for me, so I'm now going to introduce our charity department, Maibu and Kovu.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maibu, and this is my assistant director, Kovu. I want to thank all of you that are attending this year and going to be supporting our charity, which they are the United States War Dogs Association and True Colors for their second year. Let's see. Any of you also that have any items that you wish to donate, you can come see me or Kovu at the charity room in Jersey. We're taking any donations, and we'll be either raffling them off or auctioning them. We'll get you set up. Anyway, I'd like to talk to you about our first charity. It's the United States War Dogs Association. It's founded in 2002 and based in New Jersey. They have 7 chapters located all over the country. They help establish permanent war dog memorials and educate the public about the invaluable services that these canines have. They also assist with the adoption of retiring police and military canines and do post-deployment outreach for returning troops. Furpocalypse has been supporting the U.S. War Dogs Association since 2014, and in the past 4 years, we have raised just about a total of $25,000 for them. They're a wonderful organization, close to our hearts, and not only because of the dogs, but because of our fandom has such a large military fur community that deserves any support that we can give. In fact, I'd also like to share a little story that an attendee last year shared with us. He stated that he was stationed at a forward operating base. He said the war dogs helped him save his tail many times. He was exposed to several threats, which include IEDs and suicide bombers. But the specially trained dogs kept him safe, and that's all that really mattered to him. He said they were family to him and that they deserved as much support as soldiers do when returning home. Again, thank you all for supporting the charity here at Furpocalypse. Come see us. And now I will pass it on to Kovu to talk about True Colors.
Thanks, I guess. So our second charity, which we just picked up last year, is True Colors. They've been doing work for the LGBTQ community since 1992, and they became a nonprofit in 1999. They work with several agencies, schools, organizations, and just within the community itself. And they ensure that the needs of sexual and gender minorities sexual and gender minority youth are both recognized and met. They train 2,400 people annually, and they organize the largest LGBTQ conference in the entire United States. They boast 3,000 plus attendees. They also run the only LGBTQ mentoring program in the state. They were new last year, and we helped raise $5,500 for them, and we're hoping to expand on that this year. And the reason they're a great charity for us is not just because the large LGBTQ community within our fandom, but they also provide services that would be great for young LGBTQ furs. And obviously they're local, they're in Connecticut. And just to share something that I saw online, somebody said, for some, it's the only place they are welcomed. And when I read that, I thought of our fandom because I know several people that feel that way, and everybody deserves a place where they feel welcome, that they're welcomed with open arms. So again, just want to thank you for supporting both charities. And from the Furpocalypse charity team, we just hope you have a really, really fun convention. So thank you. And I will pass it back to the one, the only, Nick Nocturne.
Forget that. All righty. It's a cosmetic item. It's not really that good. Anyway, in case you didn't know, we have some lovely guests of honor for this convention. My guests, can you come on up here? Introducing Ken Kett and RoboShark, who made all the art assets. Oh, you know what? That looks good on you. Yeah, you can go ahead and you can keep that. Okay, now here's the part where we do the little Vault-Tec style torture tests. Which one of you wants to speak first?
Look, someone volunteered me. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm RoboShark. I like to draw robots and sharks. I don't know if that comes as any surprise to anyone. I've worked for Disney on Ice and Marvel Universe Live, Monster Jam in the past, and now I put furries on billboards for a local community college.
Hello, I'm Ken Kett. I've been drawing art for ages, and I'm really glad we all survived the apocalypse, and you guys should all come say hi in the dealer's den if you're a survivor, so hi, and also hi again.
Thank you both. Thank you both. I won't hold you up here any longer. You can go ahead and keep that if you want, because obviously it ain't working for me. It doesn't like me. I had to tie this apron on. That's why it's stuck. You can go ahead and see both of these guests of honor in our dealer's den, as well as a whole plethora of dealers and their wonderful, wonderful goods, organized by Ethan, who is doing a fantastic job. As well as visiting the den, I highly encourage you to check out the schedule, which we have on Twitter pinned. It's through the Sketch app. We have events going on all weekend. We've got some amazing things happening today already. We've got the match game later, which Silver mentioned. I do believe, Silver, we also have the car show happening today, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, and that's about, what is it, 3 o'clock?
What's that?
Is it about 3 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, 3 o'clock, we have the car show. We have Dope Talk Live around 7 o'clock. And we also have Hotel Trick or Treating happening tonight.
Oh, how could I forget that one? So yeah, if you guys are in this hotel, we have door tags, which can be picked up at the front desk or at ConOps Security. They do have some there. Hang it on your door. It's also got the rules and everything. It's got to be store-bought candy, sealed, please, if you're going to be handing anything out. If you're going to be participating, please only go to the rooms that are advertising the door hanger. You can check it out at ConOps. You can see it so you know what it looks like. It's pretty obvious. It's really cute. It's freaking adorable.
Take candy,
I just
not
take it for
chems.
me, but yeah, that's going to be going on this evening. So feel free to wander aimlessly about our hotel that evidently survived the apocalypse.
Barely.
And and as you guys do know, this is our final year here in Cromwell.
Go ahead, clap it up. You know you oughta. So do we.
And I do know that everyone is very, very anxiously awaiting the big news. Too bad, so sad, not telling you till closing ceremonies. Sorry, not sorry. I will tell you, though, we are, for the next 2 years, going to be hosted over Halloween. So,
Halloween
I
weekend
will at least
official.
tell you the dates. It is going to be October 29th through the 1st. 29th through November 1st. You know what I mean. But, Yeah, those things that, wait, it doesn't apply anymore. Everything's destroyed. We don't even know if our money's good. So, I don't know, all right.
But the new venue is still standing. That is a guarantee. We
Yes,
might not be able
yes.
to see what it looks like outside right now, but we'll guarantee that. We'll tell you that. Don't
We
check.
just might have to, decon a little before. All right. So, yeah, we heard from a lot of great things. Our charities, please support them. We want to do our best to support our charity. Yes? Yeah, what?
I actually have a little challenge for you all.
Oh,
You
God.
see, I have a really nice mohawk, correct? You're just jealous. Anyway, last year for charity, we raised
This
10
feels ominous.
we raised about $11,000 last year for both charities. So I was thinking this year, if we could break $15,000, this man right here is going to get a reversed mohawk. And and here's the best part. He has to go to work Wednesday. He will look so great with that. Anyway, let's hope you all can do that. Let's break $15,000.
I regretfully accept this challenge. So, if you guys can raise over $15,000, if you hit $15,000, I'm keeping my hair. It's got to be $15,001. So, yes, during closing ceremonies, when we announce our charity totals, if you guys manage to break $15,000, you get to shave down the center of my head, leaving the sides. Why did I agree to this?
Don't worry, we got that covered.
All right.
But first, I believe in you, Mr. Overseer.
All right, you can make it a rainbow-colored reverse mohawk for $20,000. Keep in mind, I work in a corporate office for a local bank.
But you can help him show his true colors.
Oh, dear God. All right, challenge accepted. Are you guys up to it? All right. Well, then I think with that being said, Nick, I think it's time.
You think it's time?
I think it's time.
Should we release him into the vault?
Yes, we should.
All right. You kids, don't destroy our shelter. The rest of the world's already screwed. Now go out there and party! Woohoo! Furpocalypse is now open.
Yes, Furpocalypse 2019 officially commences now.
Life and forgetting as much of it as I can.
Kohi's wonderful. That's all you need to know. Also, trash.
I don't see any children.
Aw, thanks. You say such nice words.
So, in tradition of this being a garbage panel, I'm actually going to have us all do a shot at the beginning, and then we're going to try to suffer through the rest of this, just like you guys have to. So, if you guys want to like open these, they're Jim Beans, so they're baby shots, by the way.
Aw.
Don't put it past Kenka. They've got like 10 murder weapons in their pants. It's like pretty good. All right. What's this to specifically? I'm not going to say dope talk because that sounds really lame.
To survival.
To survival?
The apocalypse.
What about
Well,
you?
not to the apocalypse, but surviving it.
Surviving the apocalypse sounds like a plan.
Entropy.
To not fucking this
Getting
panel up. All right. 3.
You got toast.
Entropy.
All right. Cheers to
Cheers.
whatever that
To
was.
entropy.
3, 2,
To all
1.
these topics.
Go. Go. Tess, you actually did it, you monster. You almost. I'm proud of you. I was like, hey, do you want to do shot robo? And they're like, I don't really do it, but I'll do it for you guys. And I'm like, damn,
Good
dude.
job.
I love you guys. I'll do it for you guys.
I haven't really talked to you, Robo. So you want to start, like, we're talking about con experiences over here. So I guess this is like your first GOH spot at a convention?
Yes, it is. I've been to a few cons in the past, but it's kind of like I don't do them all the time. So I started with Comic Cons with Phoenix and Tampa. Then I went to Megaplex, Tiny Paws, and now here.
So was this like a thing that you started because you were into art, or did you just kind of start going to conventions to see what the hell they were about? Because like when I got thrown into it, it was like my brother and sister were into anime cons. Kohi knows about Otakon, that flaming heap of garbage, but...
Oh, I staffed Otakon for years. I was overnight loss prevention. Because the convention center security was stealing things.
Ooh, fancy. Was that you, or were you stopping that?
we were stopping it.
Okay. So Robo, back to you about this. Like, so were you into the art scene, or was it just kind of like you wanted to see what conventions were about?
Well, I was into the art scene and into comics and robots and sci-fi, and then I met furries in college, and they kind of dragged me into the rest of this stuff. So you can thank them for that.
What about you, Tess Garman? I want to know all about you, even though I do. We're pretending I don't know Tess.
Hello, Ethan. Whatever your last name is.
Polensky, by the way.
Polensky.
Ethan Polensky.
Mr. Polensky.
Pethan, if you're my friend.
Is it? How do you say it? Polensky.
Polensky.
Dexter.
Very Jewish.
I can't continue from this. What
Yeah.
did you ask again?
So why did you start going to cons? Was it because of art, or was it because your furry trash friends, or did you not start with the furry thing?
Well, it was because of furry trash friends, basically.
But why? Like,
why? I was role playing on the internet as a kid, and then
as most of us do.
as a cheetah, and then a raven, and on the Lion King muck. And then I found about this con called the Eurofurence, which was in Europe and still is, shockingly. I know the name is misleading. But I think the first year, it was actually, I looked it up the other day, 2001 was my first con.
I don't even know how to respond to that. So,
Were
like,
you
why
born then?
did you go? Like, I was born like at least in 2000.
I wanted to meet the internet people.
But,
And
like,
I went there.
So your friends were just like, "Yo, come to this thing," because I had a few friends.
Yeah, one of my friends had been, he's like, guys, there's this convention, and we can go and meet each other, and also your animal people, and also we should bring tails.
It sounds like a lot of trash, honestly.
'Cause that's how it worked. It was great, and then I went to a million cons since then.
So what about you, Kohi? Like, what the fuck would I don't even know where you would begin with that. Like, you weren't a furry to start with. You were like anime.
Oh, I was a super anime kid.
Super Naruto.
I started
huh?
going
Maybe
to... No, not Naruto. You think I'm a Naruto? No, I started going to anime cons in 2003, and then I started going to Fur Fright in 2009, because like, oh, I'm not a furry. No. Definitely
Why
not
did you go to
definitely
one
not a
then?
furry. Because the porn was cool. And then I just faked it until 2014, and I was like, all right, fine, whatever, I'm a furry.
How do you go to a furry con and hang out with furries and fake it? Like, what is your ancillary excuse to that?
Oh yeah, bro, I'm just a weeaboo.
You
at
met
a kid
Cash.
party. Oh yeah. Have you met Cash?
You haven't met Cash if you haven't like had him at least poke your head 10 times at a room party with his cone hair and his
He's my non-furry brother who's been to 16 conventions now.
non-furry, but he's got like dicks hanging off of his keychain and like at least 10 furry shirts.
tattoos and Pokemon tattoos.
He's pretty good. I just seriously love this guy, although seriously, I was poked by his hair at least aggressively 10 times. He has like a mohawk that goes at least twice the span
Oh,
of his body.
they're very sharp.
Yeah.
It's very sharp.
It's like, I got cut on this stuff. Anyway.
Should I just have this?
Bah.
Are you guys turning like the lights down at some point? Because I'm going blind here. It's like good to start whenever, by the way. My eyes. We have beers. Do we have a bottle of them?
I do.
It's like ready to catch it. Yo, so like, when are we good to start, kids? Or I'm good for whenever. We're all good for whenever. We're good to go? Are these lights going to be on the whole time? Oh, God. My retinas.
It could be very ominous.
That's okay.
I like the color orange.
We can pretend. I used to do theater all the time, so I get it. I used to sweat up on stage like a sweaty meatball. It was awful. No, seriously. So back in the day, like I used to be in choir, and they would have like 100 people up on stage, and it was fucking abysmal. Like, I'm serious. I don't know if this should be a +18, but I'm gonna curse a lot. Sorry, guys. Seriously though, like they would have us up on these. Wow, did they have you live? Say something. Say a naughty word. Go for it.
I just did.
Yeah, say another one. Commit.
Fuck.
I would never curse. What kind of show is this?
Let me finish my shitty story about choir. Okay, so there would be like people up on stage in these shitty ass tuxedos, and we'd all like pack in like sardines with these robes over it.
He's chilling.
And basically, we'd all be there cooking like sausages for like 30 to 40 minutes at a time, and it would be the most miserable shit. Some kid actually passed out. I believe they had middle schoolers there who were also in robes. One of them peed themselves. And we all had to stand there singing Hallelujah like this kid didn't fucking just like defecate, you know? It was miserable. Choir sucked. Are we good to start, I guess? No, this was in school. Yes. Okay, so I guess with that, I'll wait for the music to fade out so, you know, Twitch doesn't copyright the actual words I'm saying. You know, they do that. So,
You can't even turn these off.
is the music still going? Okay, cool. Hey guys, this is the most impromptu, worst panel you're gonna see at this con. I don't know why they planned it like this, but they did, and it's awesome. So I have a live dope talk. I guess I should do the traditional thing. Sup, Bobs, it's Coca back with another dope talk, and I'm here to provide three really cool people, and maybe actually no, 2 cool people and Kohi. I got
Yeah, I mean.
both the GOHs for furpoc. Currently, want to say your name, or do I have to say Tess Garman?
Tess Garman. Also Ken K.
Colloquially known as Ken Ken.
Wait, are you actually Tess Garman?
Is this the real Tess Garman? Holy shit.
That's just my first name.
What about you, Robo Shark? How do you talk about yourself? What are you?
A
robot
I'm a
shark?
and I'm a robot at the same
What part is the
time.
shark and what part is the robot?
You don't want to know, actually, quite frankly. I don't think we could say that on this particular panel.
Well, you probably can. I don't know. Kids, I hope there's no kids in here. So, also, I guess Kohi can't go without announcing. Kohi, what are you?
I'm just trying to roll through life and forgetting as much of it as I can.
Kohi's wonderful. That's all you need to know. Also, trash.
I don't see any children.
Aw, thanks. You say such nice words.
So in tradition of this being a garbage panel, I'm actually going to have us all do a shot at the beginning, and then we're going to try to suffer through the rest of this, just like you guys have to. So if you guys want to like open these, they're Jim Beans, so they're baby shots, by the way.
Aw.
Don't put it past Kenka. They've got like 10 murder weapons in their pants. It's like pretty good. All right. What's this to specifically? I'm not going to say dope talk because that sounds really lame.
To survival.
To survival?
The apocalypse.
What about you?
Not to the apocalypse, but surviving it.
Surviving the apocalypse sounds like a plan.
Entropy.
To not fucking this
getting
panel up. All right. 3.
You got toast.
Entropy.
All right. Cheers to
Cheers.
whatever that
To
was.
entropy.
3, 2,
To all
1.
these topics.
Go. Tess, you actually did it, you monster. You almost. I'm proud of you. I was like, hey, do you want to do shot Robo? And they're like, I don't really do it, but I'll do it for you guys. And I'm like, damn,
Good
dude.
job.
I love you guys. I'll do it for you guys.
I haven't really talked to you, Robo. So you want to start, like, we're talking about con experiences over here. So I guess this is like your first GOH spot at a convention?
Yes, it is. I've been to a few cons in the past, but it's kind of like I don't do them all the time. So I started with Comic Cons with Phoenix and Tampa. Then I went to Megaplex, Tiny Paws, and now here.
So was this like a thing that you started because you were into art, or did you just kind of start going to conventions to see what the hell they were about? Because like when I got thrown into it, it was like my brother and sister were into anime cons. Kohi knows about Otakon, that flaming heap of garbage, but...
Oh, I staffed Otakon for years. I was overnight loss prevention. Because the convention center security was stealing things.
Ooh, fancy. Was that you, or were you stopping that?
We were stopping it.
Okay. So Robo, back to you about this. Like, so were you into the art scene, or was it just kind of like you wanted to see what conventions were about?
Well, I was into the art scene and into comics and robots and sci-fi, and then I met furries in college, and they kind of dragged me into the rest of this stuff. So you can thank them for that.
What about you, Tess Garman? I want to know all about you, even though I do. We're pretending I don't know Tess.
Hello, Ethan. whatever your last name is.
Polensky, by the way.
Polensky.
Ethan Polensky.
Mr. Polensky.
Peethan, if you're my friend.
Is it, how do you say it? Polensky?
Polensky.
Dexter.
Very Jewish.
I can't continue from this. What
Yeah.
did you ask again?
So why did you start going to cons? Was it because of art, or was it because your furry trash friends, or did you not start with the furry thing?
Well, it was because of furry trash fans, basically.
But why? Like,
Why? I was role playing on the internet as a kid, and then
as most of us do.
as a cheetah, and then a raven, and on the Lion King muck. And then I found about this con called the Eurofurence, which was in Europe and still is, shockingly. I know the name is misleading. But I think the first year, it was actually, I looked it up the other day, 2001 was my first con.
I don't even know how to respond to that. So,
Were
like,
you born then?
why did you go? Like, I was born like at least in 2000.
I wanted to meet the internet people.
But,
And
like,
I went there.
So your friends were just like, "Yo, come to this thing," because I had a few friends.
Yeah, one of my friends had been, he's like, guys, there's this convention, and we can go and meet each other, and also your animal people, and also we should bring tails.
Sounds like a lot of trash, honestly.
'Cause that's how it worked. It was great, and then I went to a million cons since then.
So what about you, Kohi? Like, what the fuck would I don't even know where you would begin with that. Like, you weren't a furry to start with. You were like anime.
Oh, I was a super anime kid.
Super Naruto.
I started
bro.
going to no, not Naruto. You think I'm a Naruto? No, I started going to anime cons in 2003, and then I started going to Fur Fright in 2009 because like, oh, I'm not a furry. No, definitely.
Why
not a
did you
fur-
go to
definitely
one
not a
then?
furry. Because the art was, the porn was cool. And then I just faked it until 2014, and I was like, all right, fine, whatever, I'm a furry.
How do you go to a furry con and hang out with furries and fake it? Like, what is your ancillary excuse to that?
Oh yeah, bro, I'm just a weeaboo.
You met Cash.
Oh yeah. Have you met Cash?
You haven't met Cash if you haven't like had him at least poke your head 10 times at a room party with his cone hair and his
He's my non-furry brother who's been to 16 conventions now.
non-furry, but he's got like dicks hanging off of his keychain and like at least 10 furry shirts.
tattoos and Pokemon tattoos.
He's pretty good. I just seriously love this guy, although seriously, I was poked by his hair at least aggressively 10 times. He has like a mohawk that goes at least twice the span
Oh,
of his body.
they're very sharp.
Yeah.
It's very sharp.
It's like, I got cut on this stuff. Anyways, like, what kept you guys going with it? Like, for me, when I started doing conventions, this was like not even forever ago. This was back in 2017. My friend was trying to get me to go to AC, and I think it was a few other. They're like, go to FWA, and I'm like, no, I'm broke. I'm in college. I can't just drop $500,000 to go to this thing. And he's like, go to AC, and I'm like, I guess I got into it, but no, I can't do this shit. And he's like, if you don't go to furpoc, I'm literally gonna disown you as a friend. So I was like, all right, I guess I gotta go to this shit. Luckily enough, they accepted me into the dealer's den, and it was like a wonderful fucking experience, because like I never knew that you could sell art to people for actual money. I didn't know that art had value. I've only been doing art for my entire life, and I went to art school, and finally I had this epiphany that, wow, my art actually has some sort of value to furries. Whoa, crazy! Well, if you go to the Art Institute, that you're kind of asking for it.
Wow.
Well, why did you go in the first place is the question.
Are you making piles of money now selling food?
So anyways,
Investors and dicks.
what about dicks? Are you saying?
I
are you
wasn't
saying?
talking about dicks. You just brought up dicks.
Oh, we talk about
Would
dicks
you
all
like to
day
talk
long.
about
I mean,
dicks?
I could
Do you
talk
have
about.
something you wanted to say?
We sell dicks here too, so
Ethan?
Peethan. So
Nick Polensky. Well, Mr. Polensky.
Ethan.
Peethan. P. Okay, so back off the subject of peeve because I'm like literally 5 years old.
Well, you weren't born in 2001.
So
anyway.
let me finish my story about furpoc and why I love it. So you guys made me realize I can sell stuff and live my dream by being a poor artist. It was great. And I kept going. I literally went to MFF because my friends were bold enough to drag me into that mess, and it was arguably okay, and it was okay. And then, like, after those 2 years, I'm like, yeah, but MFF's a cool con, wonderful. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Like, why would you do that? What are you whispering? Say stuff out loud, you coward. Oh, sorry. So, Kenket obviously holding it near their dick. It's the wine called Red Knot. Just It's not even like it's like N-O-T. They went full hard, like K-N-O-T, like Daddy, I want the knot, ooh woo, you know. Oh, let me get a swig of the red knot, you know, just put it in my mouth.
Man, my parents want to watch this thing later. I don't think that's going to happen at this rate.
Well, you know, it is what you were the one who wanted to come on the stage in the first place. I like seriously when I pitched it to RoboShark, I was
Very
like,
lewd.
hey,
I don't think that's allowed.
this will be an educational panel for people who want to talk about talent, and it turns into furry dicks.
Dicks.
Furry dicks are a very good living.
Well, let's be real. Like furry dicks are better than any real dick. But is this really the dick panel, the dick pee panel? I'm sorry, guys.
It is now.
We're getting there.
We made a big mistake. Robo, why did you keep?
We made a dick mistake.
Like, did you keep going because of the dicks, or was it like more about the art than the dicks? Because I'm trying to say it's more about the art, just to say, I guess, somewhat semblance of a professionalism.
Well, see, now you're trying to lead me with this question.
That was quite a leading question.
Dicks
Dicks
are
are
motivation.
art.
They're great motivation. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say. But, no, like, just, I'd been to Comic Cons before I decided to go to a furry con. My first one was Megaplex, and showing up to Megaplex, like, I figured it'd be like a Comic Con, and I enjoy Comic Cons, so this is nothing against them. But, like, furry cons are a totally different atmosphere from what I experienced at a Comic Con.
Oh, don't even get me started. So, like, when I went to Otakon, I literally would go there, walk around, see some cosplayers, maybe sit in a panel or a really bad movie, and then I'd be like, all right, I want to go home because there's nothing to do here. And, like, it's a very professional atmosphere. It's great if you want to go look at, like, industry professionals because they're willing to pay, like, thousands of dollars to get, like, Junji Ito out there to, like, look at you for 2 seconds. But, like...
So I've actually done Comic-Con and Emerald City FurCon and various other conventions, and like sold at them for years and years, and I mean, it's hard to sell things to non-furries, but it's still satisfying. But one thing I always know is like when I'm walking, all I'm like is like, I wish there were more animals to look at. Like it's just, we're so spoiled at FurryCon.
You're also coming from the brony side of the fandom. You did brony art for a long time.
I'm coming from I was afraid before that.
Yeah, but you went to the
It was
dark
just a
side.
brony on the side.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a side.
Moonlighting as a brony.
It's you know I like normal dicks, but the knots. Let me.
I was just seeing how much money bronies had.
I'm
Forgive
wondering.
me.
The answer's a lot. A lot.
Turns out, my most lucrative con ever was the first day of BronyCon like years ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I'm gonna say.
Okay, well, yeah, no, I get that. I totally understand. But like, what, like, I guess, well, besides the obvious of the dying brony fandom, like, was it a different experience than you would say a FurryCon was, or?
Let's see if I see any bronies out here.
All of you.
Any rainbow mains out there? No, the brony fandom was really nice and cool, but I'm not sure what anime conventions are like, but I feel like it was like not immature, but it was like an older, like, less developed version of a FurryCon. Like, people were still doing, like, the table setups where they have just, like, 4 prints. Like, and that's it, and nothing else. And, like,
There was like a significant amount of money in it, like.
Yeah, but as a dealer coming from FurryCons, and furries have been around for years and years and have, like, really crazy merch and, like, really crazy setups, like, it was kind of, like, a huge difference between it. It was really obvious the brony fandom was really young.
Yes. Well, I mean,
And then all those people just instantly joined the furry fandom the second.
Well, yeah, I mean, the second the ship started sinking, they were like,
as
all
soon
right.
as they discovered animals other than horses exist, they're just like, we could be a fox.
All right, Ken Cat, I'm going to make you shut up for a second because I want to hear from Kohi. What exactly is your experience? Because you don't really do the art thing. Like, what side of the fandom is it that, like, you really started to, like, latch on to, like, besides partying, obviously?
Honestly, a lot of the things that I get out of cons are hanging out with like friends, and I like meeting new people. So like cons are a phenomenal opportunity to meet people. Is really, if you don't make new friends at cons, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if you spend your whole time inside of a room, like, it's like, why are you paying, like, all this money to come out? I mean, it's like every time I suggest, people don't really understand cons until they go to cons because there's a sense of, like, you actually get to know your friends, you get to make these relationships, like whether or not it's meeting your favorite artist or whether or not it's finding people who are into the weird shit that you're into, you know?
So what if people are really shy?
Yeah, it's like, you know...
What do they do then?
It's like high-functioning people who just absolutely have nothing but anxiety when it comes to, like, relationships with others, and that's what makes it great, is because when you have a bunch of really sweaty, nervous people together, oftentimes they latch onto each other, and it's like, you know, a slap fight of, like, wet hands and gross, but, like, everybody comes together. other. Like, you know, we all relate in that same sense. Like, and that's what really makes it special. I've made so many friends doing this, you know, and so many wonderful people. I wouldn't know Tess, I wouldn't know Kohi, I wouldn't know RoboShark.
Starting to know.
Tess, you're Tess forever. You know? I wouldn't know Ken
Thanks,
Cat.
Mom.
Ken Cat. I wouldn't know all my friends out there who are here watching the shitty panel, and then like I wouldn't know myself as an artist. Like I said, it's like I started to find stability in it, and the community really shaped me into who I am. But you know, without getting too serious about it, like it's also about partying and having fun and just learning to be yourself. Ooh, Kohi.
Well, so yeah, I don't know. I like hanging out with people. And the curse of the fandom and the curse of going to a lot of conventions is a lot of your friends end up being in hella far states. So the advantage is that when you go to a con, all your friends go to that con. It's like a magnet for weird. So you go to a con, and then all your friends go there. It's like, oh, I should go to this con because I can hang out with all my friends for like 4 days. And that's why I like cons.
I'm a big fat nerd and I have no friends in Maryland. Please help. It's like literally across the United States. There's so many.
There's no help for you in Maryland. That was you did this to you.
No, I mean Maryland hosts ZodaCon.
Oh wait, no, it's done.
I'm sorry, guys. I keep roasting you, but I literally understand it. The plight of wanting to like animals as much as other people like animals. We're all cool kids, I promise. But it's like
wait, we're all cool kids here.
Yeah, we're all cool. Well, okay, I don't know. I'm a dork. What about you? Are you cool, Kat?
I'm not a kid, but I'm cool.
No, I don't know. You're a kid. Everybody's a kid here. We're all kids. We're all kids on the inside, and that's I think
this is a not safe for work panel.
No!
What?
Don't you dare!
Putting away the knot.
Demonetization, help. Yeah. Anyways, so. I mean, you're on the work side of it. Like, me and Kohi have been through some experiences. This is my first time actually professionally working for a charity, which most furry cons do function as that, which is like a little known fact. But we actually support a lot of those weird outlets like animal care, like LGBT communities, even just like people who are going through difficult times. But it's a job for a lot of us, even though we're not making an income out of it. Like, what really drew you into that side of it? Speaking to the microphone, please.
Into working?
Into work, like working for cons. Like, as you said, you did some crazy shit.
Honestly, boredom.
Boredom? Well, porn, it sounds like porn, but you said boredom, you know?
Well, so I was going to this con called Anime Boston since 2003. And I used to cosplay, I used to do panels, and I used to do all these things. And I was getting bored. And then I started working at it because I had a friend that was running registration, and she was like, "Oh, you want to work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And then I started working at it, and then I kept working at it because I don't have anything better to do during the day than Anime Con.
That's right at my table.
Because it's an Anime Con.
You didn't have like friends you made that these things that kind of suffered through similar circumstances.
No, that's the problem. Is all my friends staff it, so we're all working during the day.
Literally.
Which is the problem. So if I work too, then it's fine because
it's like hanging out in a high stress environment, and it's like half the people who are at this panel, bless your souls, I drag them on because it's like, hey, if I have to suffer, at least you have to suffer with me, and I think that's a lot of it, for at least con staffing. But it's also cool because you get to put on these events, and you're part of the reason why these things are going as smoothly as they are, as smoothly as they aren't. It's an interesting experience. Would you say you have any stuff that like you've been through that's like particularly interesting?
Yes. Oh yes.
If it's not like too NSFW, like what would be a really funny experience to talk about?
While working, the director of registration having not at this con, having a moment where she decided that she was going to freak out at someone and throw her cane across the room in front of everybody, and we're all just like, oh, all right, we're going to ignore that happened and just keep working.
No, it's crazy what con people are willing to put up with, because it's just like everything goes wrong all the time, but it's also a matter of just like learning to like subjugate that and try to focus on the things that are working. It's like trying to bail the water out of a sinking ship that's just full of rocks. It's like really awful, but it's really rewarding because you really know how to get these people at least to shore, or at least like halfway to shore so they swim themselves, you know? It's like...
Working conventions is a lot more stressful than you might think that it is.
Yeah, I mean...
It's very stressful, and you don't get a lot of reward out of it. Like, you get not... You don't really get too much reward.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing, though. I mean,
no, it's not. But it's a very stressful job.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I accepted this, it was like, oh yeah, I get to do all this stuff. And the pre-work was great, but then, you know, the thing that you have to consider is that if you're running certain aspects of it, you have to keep realizing there's always going to be something else that you got to watch out for, and that never ends. You know, when you're doing cons, it's just a love of like, or it's a labor of love. Excuse me, am I getting more wine? Is that what's going on here? Oh, okay, I see what. You've been neglected. I mean, like, why don't you talk about it? So, Robo.
You're not talking to him.
Robo.
Put him on the spot.
Robo, you're beautiful, and I love you for being here. Robo has worked some of the hardest shit for this con. Like, I asked Robo to do something, Robo fucking punks it out, like, literally a second later, because I don't know what you do for a living, but.
Well, that came from all of my work for Disney and Marvel and Monster Jam in the past, so. Yeah, that was a lot of hours. I was usually working 80 to 100 hours a week at that. So what you were giving me was nothing, dude. I'm just saying it was like, no worries. I could have cranked out a bunch more for you. If you really want me to, I can do it again next year. So.
Whoa, are you just suggesting you want to be on con staff? Because I would love that. Also, that's a question I got to ask later.
Maybe. If I could do it, I would love to do it.
If you have a good enough experience here, which, you know, we'll trick him into thinking that. But it's the same thing, like going back to the whole Disney aspect of it, like other jobs that you've worked, it's like going to these cons, you would think that there's only a specific set of people you meet, but then you realize it's not just artists and people who like to party and all sorts of others. You meet like aerospace engineers, NASCAR drivers, people who flew to the moon at some point, probably not, but you know what I mean, like there's just a crazy diverse amount of people.
I met a rocket scientist who's building the SpaceX engines.
That's what I'm saying, it's like you meet people who are...
We know a SpaceX person.
Yeah,
you could build it out of beer cans, probably. Anyways, I would love to hear more about the kind of stuff that you're doing, because, like, you know, I know all about Tess. Most people know Tess. They've fucking been doing art forever, since like at least 2000, like 200 BC.
Don't call me Tess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love you. You're wonderful. You're Tess to me forever, but Kat. Okay, I'll call you Kat now.
That is better.
Okay. Did you say Tess?
But like, what exactly do you do for a living, Robo? Because I know you kind of got sucked into this, but like, why do you think you got sucked into this with your work?
Well, I was doing a lot of freelance work before I got into doing stuff for Disney and Marvel. I'm no longer with them. They were down in Florida. I got sick of the bugs and heat and came up here. But working with them and everything, it was like a lot of just crazy opportunities. It was really weird, like having Chester Bennington walk in one day into my office and ask where my boss was. For those who don't know, he's the lead singer of Linkin Park, rest in peace. And having like Robert De Niro in pictures with my artwork, so that stuff was like really weird and surreal. I work my way into a community college now where I actually draw their mascot, who's totally a furry falcon, and put him on stuff now. But with the fandom, like I love drawing animals and I love drawing characters, and in college they just kind of, I had friends who were in the fandom and sort of dragged me into it. They're like, there's money in this, and there's lots of really fun people in this. So I just kind of got involved from there. And
were you already drawing furry stuff before that?
I couldn't leave. I had a fursona. I was a furry. I called it anthro art back in the DeviantArt days when, you know, furry was a bad word. So we were anthro artists back then.
Well, it's crazy also how much furry has changed from like a bad word to a cool word, because like people that kept making fun of it after a certain point realized, hey, these people know how to fucking party. And they really do. And they know how to accept a lot of other people, and they know how to fucking just like get along. It's cool when you're in an environment where no one judges anyone else, and you never find that nearly as much as you do at furry cons, which is why I keep going to them. I'm not saying I'm a glutton for torture, but you guys are fucking excellent. Robo, you're wonderful. And how exactly did you get dragged into this? Like, who screamed at you enough to be like, do art for free, please?
Do art for free. Well, Black Wolf, who is part of the staff for this con, and I believe, isn't he one of the like founders, or maybe not?
I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't be able to answer that.
I've done lots of work with him. He's a super, super chill, really cool guy with a great Cerberus character. And he came to me and he's like, I know you really wanted to go last year. And last year I wasn't here because I was closing on a house. Woo! So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely down to coming. And he's like, do you want to come for free? And I'm like,
For free with big asterisks.
Yes, with many asterisks, but it was such a fun opportunity, and I'm like, throw art at them. Of course I'll throw art at them. That sounds like a lot of fun. So that's how I ended up roped into furpoc this year.
But would you say it was worth it? Because like the stuff that you've done for us is excellent. I mean, literally wearing your own shirt right now. Excellent. Go to the con store and buy one, please.
It's surreal seeing people walking around wearing this. I'm like, hey, that looks familiar, and then my brain clicks. I'm like, oh yeah, I drew that. So it's kind of weird, but it's awesome.
No, I mean, I really appreciate what you've brought to this. Because Tess Garman, too, I mean, seriously, like, the artwork.
We love you!
We love you! Seriously. The fact they literally were just in, like, Madrid, right?
Yes.
They flew out to Madrid from, like, Boston, and then they went to there and then came back. They went to there for a GOH spot and then came back here literally 2 seconds
I landed
later.
on Tuesday.
Probably dead exhausted, but still putting on a smiley
No,
face
it's
for all of you.
fine. I'm totally not tired.
No, there's no way of being tired when you work for a furry con. It's all the illusion of just smiling at people and pretending you're not on fire at the same time. So it's been good, though. I mean, so what is your experiences like? I mean, because this is your first time doing GOH, but you've done GOH like a million times probably by this point. Like, how would you say that's been for you?
I enjoy going places for free. It's nice. No,
for
honestly,
free and big asterisk still.
For free?
For exposure.
I like going places for exposure.
Will you do me?
No.
Will you do me free art for exposure?
Anyway, let's carry on. Sorry, I was looking at the first suit. It's hard to see.
I thought you were like scrutinizing
There's a tiger
my
and
face
it's
for a minute.
cute.
Oh yeah, there's a few fursuits in here that are really cute.
I'm trying to decide how cute is that.
You're avoiding the question, Tess Garman.
What was the question? Oh yeah, guess one other thing. I really like it. My favorite is honestly when it's like smaller conventions, like this one that I've always wanted to go to. But like conventions are mostly like I have to make money at them, and I have to be able to pay back the trip. But if it's and this is far from where I am, and it's a bit expensive, but like being able to be here was super cool because I always wanted to go here, even from back when it was like Fur Fright, and I guess changed to furpoc.
Well, I'm not to self-fillet the con right here, but something that I really like about it is the familiarity that each of the staff members have with each other.
Yeah,
like,
I'm seeing that. It's really
a lot of cons when they get bigger tend to think that bigger is better, and in a sense, yes, when you have more people and that reputation goes up there, it's great. But like learning to have stability while also having a team that really care about each other and really understand that kind of stuff is something that makes a con really special. And for me, like that's what instantly drew me into going to furpoc. Like, I mean, also GOH last year, but it was great because like I got to see the internal stuff behind it, and it was enough for me to want to jump on ship because like these guys really know what it means to like get along with each other, even if we hate each other in certain aspects. It's like a big dysfunctional family. Some of us drink a lot and we have a good time. It's like, you know.
I honestly haven't seen that so much in cons, so that's really cool. I've noticed that too from being here.
No, I mean, that's the whole thing about cons is like, it's all about having a good time. I think furries know how to do it the best, in my opinion. I used to go to Otakon. It was like the driest stuff in the world, but I also just didn't really know how to go to cons, I guess.
Well, Otakon is just not great.
Oh, what would you say? Why is
Such a
Otakon not
sales
great?
pitch on this con.
It's just too spread out.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's also just a bunch of anime kids.
well, it's mostly about the cosplay.
It's a bunch of
like,
anime.
If you go to Otakon, it's like you sit there and you see people take pictures of really cool cosplayers. They have the best cosplayers I've ever seen in my life. Like they really go hard with some of that stuff. Then there's also the Homestuck kids who take up like literally 1/3 of the convention space, like just sitting in the corner. Like it's like a weird pilgrim camp where they all just would like sit down and like talk and make nerd noises and put on gray skin paint and whatever. Like I don't know how you do that. That would drive me nuts doing that every single day. I have to go out. Maybe their skin's just gray by that point because they put it on so much.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The era of Homestuck. Wow, that was a long time ago.
What are you talking about? Homestuck 2 just launched today.
Wow. So like with the con aspect of it being said.
Oh my god.
Wow. Sorry guys.
Wow.
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 Where's the second shots? I'm sorry.
Don't drink at all.
Oh, okay. Well,
Shit.
you know, I would drink most of this.
That wasn't very much.
That was a
Maybe
swig.
a bit more.
You really want me to do more on stage? Okay. Kohi, say something interesting about cons while I slam this.
No, don't slam it.
Cons
Just
are
drink
really
some.
not the more
That's enough.
fun thing they could do. Oh, fuck. Cons are great.
You've been here long enough for Kohi. What exactly makes furpoc special to you that you're willing to come trash the place every year?
I don't know. I slept under a table once during a fire alarm and it was pretty good.
You did what?
I slept under a table during a fire alarm. It was pretty good.
I heard something else.
Did nobody find you, or did
No,
you just...
I woke up by myself and stumbled back to my hotel room.
Such a loving con.
In a different hotel.
Why does that sound like that sounds like a tragic memory?
I like it. Don't judge me.
No, I judge you every. Kohi's a blessed being, and while they're not the GOH here, I like them enough to drag them on stage to humiliate them for at least another 30 minutes.
Yeah, the point is me humiliate you.
I don't even know what you
Maybe.
just said, but that was great.
Words.
think-
Words.
Words.
I think
Words are
Cody's
hard.
only here to humiliate you.
Oh, okay, I see how it is. Trying to
Yeah.
make me look professional when I didn't
Reverse
even write
roasting.
this panel out. That being said, more about convention work. Like, so on the furry side of it, or at least with the art side, like I guess you started doing Dealer's Den pretty early on, Kat. Was that something that you always really wanted to do, or is that you just
Nope.
kind of got no?
Nope.
No.
I
When
got convinced to do it once.
when did you get convinced to do the Dealer's Den though? Like, what was the big defining moment for you?
Okay, so I was only going to your friends for years, and then in 2004, God, my friend was guest of honor at MFF, and she's just like, "Come and share a table." I'm like, "What does that mean?" And she's like, "Make prints." And I was in England at the time, and I'm like, "Okay." So I flew to the U.S. and made like 10 prints total because I didn't know what that meant. And I just put them out, and then they saw them like, "Wow, I'm rich now," because I was also an impoverished art student. And yeah, then I was like, "Whoa."
$200. Wow.
Yes, maybe. I might have been selling them for like $1. I don't remember.
Oh
at the
no,
time.
it's ridiculous. I mean, like it's the same thing with the Dealer's Den. I believe, like I said, furpoc. I was just applying for the Artist Alley, and the guy who was running was kind enough to be like, "I like your art. Please do this." And I'm like, "I don't even know what this means." So I bothered Tess and their motley crew of
Ket.
ruffians. Never, Kes Garmin.
Not respecting my preferences.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay, Kat, I've been corrected
Oh,
enough.
okay.
I'll stop doing it.
Okay,
Tess
coca
Garmin.
dope.
Coca dope.
Wait,
Oh,
sorry.
oh no! But like no, they're motley crew friends, and I was like, what the heck is this about? I don't understand what the difference. Because like at anime conventions, it's weird because the Artist Alley is actually the Dealer's Den, and the Dealer's Den is like literally a professional field of like anime like companies looking to shill off their work to people.
Wait, what was
Oh,
the first con-
Anime cons, like the Artist Alley is
Basically, the Dealer's Den.
basically nothing. It's like dead.
Really?
Well, like for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, at Otakon specifically, I would go to like what they called the alley, and it was like a full room of probably like 100 or 200 artists. I can't remember the exact amount, and it was a similar experience to what doing the Dealer's Den is now, where they all came to sell their copyright work. This is the other thing that's really interesting about furry cons that I really like is that you don't need to do fan art to do well with your art. For some reason, furries really value individuality, and that's something that's wonderful. I guess it's about expressing yourself because we're not commoditized and monetized by companies that are doing these big shows or these big IPs or stuff that people latch onto because of nostalgia. I mean, it certainly helps. Kat, I swear to God, Kat knows what it's like. They did a whole book about Pokemon, and that stuff sells well. But it's like, at the same time, you don't have to do that sort of stuff to do well in this. And with anime, it's like kind of hard to really get yourself out there specifically with your own work. You kind of need to find a way for people to latch on. What?
I was going to
Keep on. Talk about it.
Okay, fine.
Talk about it.
I was going to say, it helps that with furries. I mean, the thing that furries about is like animals. So if you draw something with an animal, it's appealing. But
Yeah.
if you're an anime and you're not drawing a character, like what are you just drawing?
A person.
Some human that's slightly animated.
You're just drawing a
Like,
human
How,
at
how do
that
you
point.
get?
You what? Draw who?
A human. You're drawing a human.
Yeah, you're drawing a human.
You can only draw humans.
Who cares
which
about
is very
humans?
limiting, and then you can draw a human that's popular or not. I guess the same with animals. Never mind.
Well, I
Sure.
mean,
Just ignore me.
there's certain properties that I
But
think.
animals are cool.
Yeah, animals are cool, and people here like animals for some specific reason. It's the sheer thrill of seeing an animal. Ket Garmin. 2019. Really trying to whisper this fucking majesty of poetry. Tess is great. I'm never gonna stop this. I'm sorry. Tess Garmin.
I'm just sassing you. You can
I
call me
have-
Tess if you want.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry. I have a
I was
preference
named
for
after
names.
a cat.
I don't even Kohi. You're Kohi forever. What is your name, Robo? Do you not want a name?
I'm okay with Robo.
Why
That
does,
works
it
for
say,
me.
why does it say Jay Miller
It
on
does
your
say Jay Miller. It does. Yes, you can call me Jay if you really want to.
I would love to pick your brain about conventions, though, Jay Miller. What do you
At
feel
symbol.
about them? Like, in your experiences working with them, like, how has that been for you over time? I mean, if you've done non-furry versus, like, furry, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, what we touched on earlier was really the biggest difference that I noticed is that doing things like Comic Cons, I haven't done anime cons, but I've done Comic Cons, versus furry cons, is that Comic Cons, I've actually been more profitable. I make more at them because I do a lot of fan art and a lot of plush toys and stuff like that for people there, and fan art definitely draws people at Comic Cons. Furry cons are way more personable. I actually meet people and make new contacts and actually like form friendships at a furry con. I've never met anyone at a Comic Con who like later became my friend. That's never happened to me. Whereas at furry cons, like I meet so many people and I end up having that bond with people. And that's why like I want to keep coming back to them. Even though like Cactus Con in Phoenix like was 300,000 people or whatever and Tampa Bay was 150,000. Like I like the smaller atmosphere better. I think there's a lot more intimacy in that, and I love chilling with like really cool people who are non-judgmental. So.
Well, I think the strict term for it would be like professionalism versus like personable, like, you know, just being able to talk to people and really get to know them, you know. And with anime, I don't know. I think a lot of people are coming from a lot of different backgrounds, but when you have like interestingly one common interest, that's kind of what makes it so like put together, because we're such a smaller crowd, but we also really have one big common interest. Kohi, your experiences between furry and anime, like what would you say is the big defining factor for you?
I would say the furry crowd is a bit more, or a lot more. It's a bit older, a lot more diversified, but like a lot more fun, like more personable. Like the anime crowd, it tends to trend younger, and that's fine, but it's a bit harder to interact or like really. You want to say something? Say it.
No, I was just checking the time. I was just trying to make sure we weren't running over. Keep going. No, keep going.
No, it's just the furry crowd it tends to trend a little bit older, so it's a little easier to meet and get along with people, I guess is what I'm saying.
Furries are just so chill too. Like all the other atmospheres, really chill.
So much more chill. So much more chill. Oh my god.
Maybe it's because we drink so much, but yeah.
Maybe
Anxious but chill.
Maybe
What
because
are
we're
enemies
drunk.
like?
Maybe because we're drunk, but we're more chill.
You've never been to a test. You've never.
I've never been to an anime con. Please
Every
explain.
time, I like my brain just explodes every time I say their name. Now I feel so bad.
Wait, you mean Tess Garmin?
Tess Garmin?
Tess Garmin.
Is that Tess Garmin?
Wait, are you
No.
wait?
The infamous
I'm
Tess
Ethan
Garmin?
Pulaskis.
Whoa.
Plonsky.
Are you
Plonskys,
are
whatever.
you actually Tess Garmin?
Yeah, I want to know. Wait, are you Tess Garmin?
I am Tess Garmin.
Whoa.
I'm Matt Damon.
David Duchovny.
You
Why won't you
should
love
have
me?
put that in the con book. It probably would have been pretty
Well,
good
okay, we would
sales.
have had more people coming here.
Good
We
PR.
we allegedly had that one rapper show up at TFF. What was it, Post Malone? Except it was like a really bad Post Malone with like Sharpie on his face.
Did he die? I don't know.
Rest in
I'm
peace,
not a-
Post Malone.
I'm
If you're
a
not
forensic
dead, we'll find out.
investigator. Would you like me to Google that for you? on
Have we been
stage?
misinformed? I'm sorry, Post Malone. I don't mean to be throwing shade at you, but no, we had a Post Malone imposter show up, and we've had some other people who are like completely outside of the fandom also show their faces, which is kind of interesting. Consequently, the word. Consequently. Oh yeah, let's make it worse. Thanks, Tess. Consequently, taking the red knot like a pro, but consequently,
I'm so
I think
proud
it's
of you.
we're in a good stage of like the furry progression because it's like we have a certain level of acceptability that's been going higher and higher, and I've seen attendance rising and people getting more into furry, and you know sometimes I get worried that like because of that we're going to become a lot more like kind of all over the place and we're going to be having a lot more diversity, but it's really cool seeing all these weird people come together just for like one specific purpose, and you know you guys are all here because of that same thing. It's like we are dragged together. I like the point about like older people too, because it's like you don't treat people with age gaps really differently. Everyone kind of here acts the same, or they're accepting, and accepting is the key term of what it is we're here going for. That being said, I figure we'll turn some time over to people who maybe want to ask some questions to our GOHs and Kohi. Maybe.
Thanks.
If you guys got questions, just raise your hand,
Kohi,
shoot them in the air.
possibly gold sponsor.
The
no one
person
knows.
in the hoodie, maybe.
No, I'm Kyovi, actually.
Kyovi? Oh, okay.
It's Kyovi. Okay, never mind.
Really good artist. Kyovi
Wow.
made it here. Wow, guys.
She made it after all.
Question that must be asked.
Yes.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Well, are you talking about the food or the animal?
Next question, please. Over there, the hand in the air.
I'm curious, how did you all meet each other?
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Well, I just barely met RoboShark. This person's like maybe 2 seconds in my life. But I did. So for me personally, I run the art department for FurPoc now. And so one of the coolest parts is being able to network with these cool kids. Like, I didn't even know that RoboShark was a thing. And so when they announced them as a GOH, I was like, holy fuck, what would I have to dealing with right now? And then I got to know them. And the second I started asking them to work with us, like, they've been just amazing on deadlines and making sure they gave us stuff that, like, we needed. Even stuff I didn't really ask them for. They're like, all right, let me get this done for you because I care. And it's, like, cool. You know, you meet all these people when you get these sorts of opportunities. But what about Tess? How did I meet you?
I was going to say how I met RoboShark, but I don't know how we go about this because this is like a three-way question with 4 people.
Well, okay, so I didn't meet Kohi before I met Tess Ket Garman. Ken, I met you because you harassed me. That's literally what happened.
Why did I harass you?
You harassed me over stickers. You were like,
Oh, yeah, I wanted Telegram stickers, yeah.
you were like Coca P.
Shame. I was trying to get a furry commission out of you.
Yeah, we met because of Vincali, more or less. Your
Vincali,
your
yeah.
little love child project.
It was not me.
It was the many people
It was
who
like
were
the product of a mass artist orgy.
like.
No one knows who the true father was.
Well, it doesn't even matter who the true father of Vincali was. Like, something I love about Tess is their ability to mastermind these weird projects and their ability to kind of predict certain social reactions. You're a little mischief maker.
No.
Yes, you are.
One of those innocent ravens. The
No.
the noble ones they paint and like put on sculptures they sell at gas stations.
And I met Kohi because I harassed them on Twitter.com/KohiYodi.
Why did you harass them?
Yeah, I actually, like, I saw Kohi just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Were they asleep?
Just
when
hanging
there's
out
a
on,
fire alarm going off, it's just like I gotta meet that guy.
Yeah, Kohi, you want to explain your the extent of your online presence?
As a big word. What do you want?
What do you do, like, on Twitter? Because you're really cool, I might.
I don't know.
Photography?
Larceny and take pictures. That's about it. I don't know.
Trespassing on property and
Cody's
taking
a
great
professional
pictures.
criminal.
I don't. Yeah, I'm a professional criminal.
But like criminal,
I break
like in
into
like
buildings and I take pictures.
Could you
and
go
I
to
post
jail
about it
for
on
your
the internet.
professional criminality?
Wait, did I what?
Could you go to jail for your?
I broke out of jail.
I met Kohi because I harassed them on Twitter because they've got such a cool personality, honestly. And I drew a picture of you because you.
Well, I didn't know you before you drew that picture of me.
Yeah, I didn't know you either. I just liked your character enough. I was like, this is cool.
You drew a picture of it was a me, Knick-Knack, and
Moth Sprout.
Yeah, Moth Sprout.
Moth
Yeah, and it was like
Didn't see
I was
this
like,
picture.
I was like, what the fuck? This is awesome.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this person playing art of me? This is awesome. And then like I think I messaged you after that. I'm like, why did you have a picture of me?
I don't know. I just saw your stuff and I was like, okay, I see
And then
you
we
guys.
started talking.
Your interactions with Nick Nack were also really funny. You were talking about like peeing on cat beds or something. You're like, you stink like a cat and I hate you. And it's like you see that on Twitter and you're like, all right, this person's gonna be my best friend.
Well, yeah, me and Nick Nack and I have been friends for a while, and yeah, just piss on things, you know, as you do.
Piss on things, find property to defecate on.
Well, no. So we're not gonna go that far.
Okay, I believe
Shit
it.
on things, maybe. Which is actually.
By the way, Professional Dope Talk Live, thanks for showing up. To get derailed, though, if you have any more questions, I would love to answer, because that one went on for like 10 hours.
That was literally one question.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Wow.
No? Yes, no? Okay. One more question.
Yes, person.
Yes, Fred. We
Mr.
see you
Whale
there.
Owl.
Speak up, Fred.
To the guests of honor, do either of you have a particular piece that you would consider your magnum opus?
That's not cool, Fred.
I hope not, because I'm not dead yet.
You don't have a magnum opus, Coco.
Well,
Wow.
That's why I'm asking you. Hello, police. I'd like to report shots fired.
I would prefer to go about life thinking that I haven't created the thing that. Yeah, well, we had a casualty on stage. What was the code? Code neon.
I have 5 of his prints, and they're all garbage.
The what? 5 is. Oh, wow. Why would you spend money on that?
That really seems like more of a you problem.
You know, if they're. Okay, this is. I can't say that on the stage. Anyway, yeah, no.
mine isn't done yet. I started
No,
15
I'd
years
like to-
ago on
yeah.
mine, so
I
it's
would
not done yet.
I would like to think I'm not dead yet, as far as I know, and hopefully we'll keep making things and have not yet acquired some accomplishment that I would consider that cool. What, of Cocodope?
That's not fair. I don't have anything that I'm proud of.
Do you want me to open this for you?
Yeah, open this while I'm like baby handing everything else.
I have too many drinks.
Yeah, too many.
My own opener.
Yeah.
No.
Are you all rushing to my aid in this time of need? Drink this, for I have been insulted by my best friend.
Drink.
I don't know. Well, go to you, RoboShark. That's too impossible. In all the work that you've done, is there anything you're particularly proud of?
Well, mine's still a work in progress. I've got a comic that I've been working on. I started it 15 years ago, put it on hold for like 6-7 years, and I'm picking it back up again. So it'll be on my Twitter. Hopefully, mid-2020, it's going to be started. But I've gotten a little over 70 pages into an outline written.
Are you
for
posting it
so.
yet anywhere?
Not yet. Mid-2020 is probably where I'll start getting to that point.
Will
But
you
it's
post it
kind of
on-
my baby, so I hopefully will finish it before I die, but I'm not going to guarantee that.
Where
so.
will you be posting it? Patreon or online? Or like
I'd
Twitter
love
or-
to bring back my Patreon for it. Definitely my Twitter, possibly for Affinity. I don't know if I'll do it there, but definitely Twitter. It'll
So
be
is
there.
it supposed to be like a graphic novel, or is it more like a comic? I'd say online comic. You know.
It's more of a graphic novel style. It does have a clear beginning, middle, and end. It's just getting way longer than I thought it was going to. The characters keep writing themselves, so I don't know. I'm fighting them. They're not listening to me.
Does it have sharks?
So back to the whole conniving
It should
factor.
have sharks. I'm going to put
But
shark
it
in
does
it.
have robots.
It has lots of robots.
I think you should also represent sharks somehow.
Does it have a robot penis? in it?
robots.
I have a feeling people are going to write a robot penis into it for me. So.
Okay. So interestingly enough, this is actually something that's really cool. Something that has consequently happened to me and many of the other people in the furry fandom is we kind of get our bearings with the art situation going on. And because of that, we have experiences where we learn to communicate with other artists and put like our talents into one big thing. And so oftentimes we learn to be able to make things like games and like comics and music and all sorts of other stuff.
Conspiracies.
Look over here at someone who's working on something big right now. Hee hee.
Kohi?
No. What are you doing on your phone?
I want to show you
He's
something.
making the biggest tweet, his magnum opus tweet right now. I hope you're all ready to refresh.
But it's
a
interesting because you make all these connections with other artists, and that's a huge part of like what I'm doing here is just trying to get other people. Oh,
I saw
that's
this
not
earlier.
even me. That's like
No,
someone
it's your
else.
persona.
Yeah,
I
do you
heard this.
remember
Your
that?
persona.
Is that your persona?
That was fan art someone did of art
So,
you did of me.
Literally, I did art of Kohi, and someone did art of the art I did of Kohi, which is weird,
Which
but
they
it's
thought was
cool.
you.
Yeah, maybe they thought it was
So
me.
I keep selling pictures of Kohi and saying
Yeah.
it's you at my table.
It was me if I was sexy, you know, it'd be great. But
That was before you became Vin Colley's son.
I became Vin Colley Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh.
But no, like I'm saying, you learn a lot of skills. Like for me, it's like I've learned to literally manage like a professional charity situation where I can call out to many artists and be like, "Hey, do the work for me, please." You know?
Yes,
So satisfying people do the work for you.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean I would love to pay people to do that sort of stuff. And in a professional setting, if I were to apply for an actual job doing charity work, like it would look amazing. And in some cases, people who work on bigger projects, like this scheming little fuck over here. You know?
What, RoboShark?
Robo, you said you're working on a comic. I wonder if Kenket is working on something.
You mean Tess?
Who's Tess Garman?
No.
Are you Tess Garman?
Tess Garman?
The Tess Garman?
No,
Oh, wait, are you actually the Tess Garman?
No, I'm actually the Matt Damon. I already
Yeah,
answered that
Jesus.
question.
Nobody
Wait,
cares.
what do your shoes say on the bottom?
Matt Damon.
What's your other shoe say?
Matt and Damon.
Whoa. Sorry, that was amazing. Yeah, well, yes, I'm working on a computer game, I think is what Cokedup's trying to corner me into saying. I mean, Ethan. Ethan, Mr. Pluglunsklees. Or something like that. With an I.
I'm just trying to put together what Pludgunsklees is like.
Plonaski? What was your name?
Okay, so you're
Plukonski?
trying to butcher my literal
No,
last
I don't
name.
actually know. What is it? Polonsky?
Piensky, like a
Piensky, yeah.
Pupkensky. Polonsky is like that's a good pronunciation. You're avoiding the question again.
Yes, I was.
If you don't want to talk about it, it's cool. But like
No.
when I'm what?
I'll talk about it now.
Go
Stop
talk about
interrupting me. No, I'm working on a computer game right now, and because I don't know why we were doing that, because it seems like really stupid in retrospect. but we decided it was a good idea at the time, and then we started, and then we got too far down the line to be like, oh, we should give up. So now we're still there, working on it, hoping for the best. That's how things go.
Well, no, it's cool because, like I said, you know, you see people working on these really dumb projects, and it's the same thing with like Homestuck, where a lot of people were working, you know, for free just for something they love doing, and suddenly they're working fandangling professional projects that end up being really big things, and it's cool seeing like that kind of commitment turning into a sort of skill. It's like a past college experience. It's like, hey, this is practical. I know how to work with other people, and suddenly, bam, I'm making a really cool project. And in case, you know,
I feel like there's a mold of the story, and it's beware of enthusiasm and passion, because it leads to a lot of work.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Is it really hard to work on things that you love? Is that what we're trying to? Are you gonna really end this?
I feel like it's the same with you staffing at a con. Like, if you just like really want to work on something, even if it sucks sometimes.
I hate this job, if I'm gonna be honest, but it's great.
But like you still do it because you feel like you're making something that you wouldn't make like on your own, you know.
Yes.
And it feels like for the greater good, and also there's a hand, I think.
One last question. We'll go for you.
It's a partial deer. It's like
HDG head. What's your name? Pupensky is kale.
It's a vegetable.
It's Spiguski apparently to Kenket. Tess Garman. Ooh.
Whoa. Thank you for addressing me by my real name. Wait, what? Wow.
Let's plug your thing.
What a convenient question to be brought up at this moment. Yeah, so the thing we're working on is kind of partially under wraps at the moment, but the rumor is that we will release the super trailer at MFF, and then on Friday the 13th, December, right after MFF, the first Friday after MFF, Friday 13th, we will release the Kickstarter.
How is it a rumor if it's coming from you?
Well, now, because there's only how many people here? This is not enough people to be proof. These are not, it's not, unless someone has a camera. The camera guy left, so, and also that doesn't record sound. So we're good.
They're all gone except for one person. I guess they like.
So
got
it's
bored
rumor.
enough.
You're a bunch of rumors happening.
So.
Sure. Why not? Yeah. It's totally that.
So we've
and
been
anything else you think it is. Tell your friends. Tell them Friday the 13th, December.
So now that we have the obligatory plug of something that you should pay money for, Tess Garmin.
Well, I didn't say there was money. I just said that you could support us as you could support projects made in the fandom. You could support the furry fandom branching out there. But also my project.
The ultimate takeaway for me is just like, it's cool that you guys support us, and it's cool that you guys find like value in the creativity of the fandom.
The furry fandom is, well, the only reason we felt like confident and like motivated enough to actually do this thing that we were all really passionate about is that we were like, you know, furries are really cool, and the furry fandom can produce some really cool stuff. And my brother who works in like computer game programming, he's worked on like AAA studios and everything. He's just like, I've never worked on anything before where the community was so supportive, like just so insanely supportive, like before the thing even like was launched. And I think that's something that only furries can do. Like there's nowhere else I know that's possible.
So before we ramble on for too long, I mean, Kat, you said something beautiful. I'm just gonna ignore it. So if you had any parting words, because we're gonna get run off the stage in about like 2 minutes because these people hate us.
Fuck.
If there was, fuck. If there's, fuck. You gotta say fuck now.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck.
Fuck boy. Okay, so
White.
I'm gonna end this thing with some final words from the people who were brave enough to sit up here with me and bullshit for about an hour. Robo Shark, what do you got to say to people, to the people of the world? If you want to end this, like, what do you have to say on ending thoughts of this discussion?
Go.
Put me on the spot for this one.
Ha!
Well, I hope everyone has a great time at the rest of the con, and that you take that red knot with it like a champ and enjoy the rest of Saturday and Sunday.
Did you say take that red knot like a champ?
Yes, I did. Did we finish that?
Is it
I
gone?
finished a while ago.
Okay.
I drown myself in red knot every day.
I guess what I'd say is don't care too much about what people think, and just do what you enjoy and have fun, and also be drunk.
I already said a bunch of shit.
Kat Garmin, what do you want to say?
I just said so much stuff.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you
you cut
said-
me off
you
to
said
tell other people to say
We're
stuff. Now you want to say more
we're
stuff?
halfway there.
Well, I wanted to interrupt you so I could interrupt other people.
Okay, well, I've said everything I have to say. You guys are cool, and thanks for tolerating us being drunk. And also that tiger's really cute, and I want to hug it. So waiting for this to end. Yeah.
Thanks for asking dumb
Oh,
questions.
thank you. You're cool too. Wow, that is cool too. Thank you.
Wow.
Ominous people in the light beams, they cannot see.
The last thing I want to say is thanks for coming to this thing. I know it's really stupid and horrible, and I wrote this in like 2 seconds. I didn't actually write this, which is actually self-evident, but
Are you
it was,
going to do more dope talks online?
I'm actually doing more dope talks, believe it or not. I've done like 2 live episodes. I'm actually going to have Ms. Garmin on another thing
what?
like very shortly. I think they semi-agreed to it. But, more videos like this will be posted. Thanks for watching this on Twitch, and, I hope
We're
you guys...
on Twitch right now?
Yeah, literally.
Which Twitch
You-
channel?
That's a lot of rumors, Kat.
Wait,
Oh, no.
Are we actually on Twitch right now?
Wait, which channel are we on?
We're on my channel.
I could have
Are we
afforded
live?
it if you told me, or like screened it.
Is this?
Okay, well, remember to
Are we-
subscribe and things.
Remember to subscribe to cocodopeinc.twitch.tv/twitter.com. I'm also on the Facebook. No, I hate Facebook. Shots fired. But I'm going to end it here and say that I really appreciate you all coming out, and I appreciate you guys. Pay attention to me. I appreciate
No.
you spending like 2 seconds on stage with me. And
This was way longer than 2 seconds.
Yeah, I want to get
man.
out.
It's just like 3 seconds, sorry.
Oh,
I hope
sorry.
I hope
4.
you have
This
a-
is a 4.
Stop interrupting. Stop.
What do you mean?
No. No.
You didn't even know to count.
What?
Are you done now?
I'm literally
No.
done. We're done. We're done. We're
Okay.
done.
Okay,
I-
bye.
Is
have
this
a-
live on
Goodbye,
Twitch?
everybody.
Have a safe night, but also drink behemothly.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. No, wait.
I love you guys. Bye.
All right.
Love like yours will surely come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day it's a getting faster. Everyone
Stop
said
touching
go
me.
out and ask her.
No.
Love like yours will.
No one.
It's a. Oh. You're not the one behind the podium, dog. Actually, we're here to play match game, folks. How you all doing? Did we make you wait long enough outside? I imagine so. So, I guess we got to put on a real good show for you this evening. This is the match game. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what this is, it's a real old game show from back in the day that we've resurrected because these guys are way older than they'll ever tell you. Shh. But it is fun. Goes a little something like this. I am going to read a blurb or a question that has an open-ended statement, or maybe a couple of them. These guys are going to fill in the blanks with an answer. The goal here is to match, see, that's the match part of match game, their answer as well as they can to what they think is going to be said by one of two audience participants. That's right. Two of you have to come up and face all of these goobers.
Good luck.
Now, because I am completely blind up here, I'm going to request that somebody in back of house retrieve our participants when I request the brave ones among you to raise your paws. So who wants to play?
More light.
Pick me.
I want to play.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
we go.
You
It
get
seems
to
that
get
we
blinded,
I'm
just like
seeing
us.
some over here. I'm seeing some. Okay.
We got one over
Oh my
here.
God, I can see. Thank you.
We got a corgi. Corgi
You
wants
know
to
what?
play.
Let's take you two next to each other in the back. Yep, you two. Let's go get you first. Come on up.
Cue the music, Rod.
Thank you.
Come on down. Wait, that's the wrong game show.
We've got, yeah, you can come around through the side of the curtain there. Oh, all the way over.
You just cough on me?
No.
Looks like you're gonna get some con crime.
No.
Filthy animals.
Yes, you are. Hello, friends. I'm gonna have you move into my space here. Go ahead. Pop into the grand old podium space. Now, what are your names?
I'm Thaddeus.
I'm Alex Renard.
A pleasure to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too.
Now, here's a question for you. Is this your first con? And if it's not, if it's your first furpoc, I mean, and if it's not, how many furpocs have you been to?
It's been a 4 now?
My 7th?
7? Oh my God.
First time here. Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. So we've got some veterans here. Have you ever been forced on stage before and held against your will?
I've been on the stage voluntarily.
Ditto.
Nice. All right, gentlemen. We could get started if somebody had supplied me at the podium with something for our participants to write down their answers. Oh, thank you. Okay. And something to write with, please. Thank you.
I'll give up my number 2 pencil. Now my test doesn't count.
Okay. So, let's test this quick.
I'm stealing yours.
Hello. Okay, yep. So this one is going to be your microphone here.
Children, stop fighting.
There we go. Okay, I was afraid that was going to bang when I put it down. So, it's going to work a little bit like this. I'm going to go ahead and read off this question, and we're going to go one by one. If you manage to get more matches than your peer, you win the round. If you tie, we go again. Now, do we want to do a tournament style here, I believe, where the winner faces off against another participant? Or do we just want to call it a round?
Winner stays.
Winner stays, it is. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and start us off. And you are going to get the first
winging
at-bat.
everything.
You will provide your answer on the card. You will not show it to him.
Sure.
And all of these guys here are going to write down what they think. Now, one final warning before we begin. This is an 18-plus panel. So if you're under 18, look like you're older as soon as you can. Don't let me catch you.
And ignore the booze.
What booze? I have ginger ale.
And as for you sound cue guys, let's make sure that you're hitting the music as soon as we get started with these questions, all right? I know, right? I told you I was blind.
They're a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yes, they are.
participants. All this positive media attention about the furry fandom is great, so long as they don't find out about this.
Nick, can you read that question for us one more time?
All of the recent positive attention to the fandom is fantastic, as long as nobody ever finds out about this. See, this is where the fun begins, because each of these answers, if you really think with psychology, can be attributed to what they really don't want you to know about them. Gentlemen, are we all set?
Do 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 do.
Are we
do,
good?
Do do.
All right, show of hands if you're good, participants. Show of paws, I mean. Up, up. Do we have stragglers here? You're good? Okay, we can go. All of this positive media attention about the fandom is really awesome as long as they don't find out about...
You gotta do the contestant first.
I do? Yes. Oh, I thought the reveal at the end would be the most fun. Okay. Positive media attention about the fandom will all be undone and we will be forever canceled on Twitter by what? Yef.
That's
It's
a
a
good
fun
answer. The media shan't find out about that.
Well,
I concur.
You know, I did choose to go with the obvious answer as well. It seemed like an easy win.
Yef it is. Time suppression.
I said pre-lubed water foxes. You know, otters.
Help! Like, I don't mean to date myself here, but I thought CSI in my own head had given
Close
away.
enough.
Yeah, no, it had given away the whole thing and, you know, everything else that's terrible. But they still haven't found out the one thing that would really ruin everything, and that is the truth.
Oh.
So it's not a match, but we're all thinking it. This hotel. Dang it.
And that's the truth.
That's the tea, hunty.
That is the truth. Yee.
Moving on along.
I wrote my bone.
It is omnipresent.
You want to share?
Sure.
Share. Share bone?
Ooh, it's getting warm up here.
So I froze up in the situation and didn't quite understand the question, so I wrote down tails.
You have to talk more into the microphone.
I could have put like when tails are up,
Yeah.
but
See where the microphone is in orientation to my mouth?
oh, do you want it closer to my mouth?
Yep.
Okay.
It's like just the tip, except don't actually touch it.
Did you just steal
No.
my analogy?
I improved on your analogy.
All right, just keep
Improved.
sucking your robo penis.
I don't think making something less dirty is improving upon it.
Moving along from Tails.
Alrighty then.
Silver Wolf, finish us out.
Well, I went for something current from today, and I was over in Kent and spent way too much money. So my answer was my Frisky Beast collection.
I would say that.
Oh,
Oh. I would say toys count as YF.
All right, so with Yif, I'm sorry, the participants here failed you.
Well,
They
all,
did.
all but one of us.
You got one.
One of you.
It is good. But if they fail even harder the next time, you win. So you might get lucky.
That's what everybody's after tonight.
That's what we're here to find out.
You can never overestimate these fellas, I'll tell you that. All right. Mr. Renard, is it?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and give it your turn. Oh, this should be fun. A cat, a dog, and a horse are sitting in a hot tub. The horse says to the others, "You want to see my..."
like I need an afro with this music.
It is the 70s. This is prime time.
Okay, looks like we're about to be all set over here. Are we all set, everybody?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. A cat, a dog, and a horse are sitting in a hot tub. The horse says to the others, "You want to see my blank?" Fill in the blank with...
I said cock, Nick.
Amazing. You know, there's a song I'm thinking of. You guys might have heard it. It's... That was a really hard one. But I'd rather hear your answers.
You know, for once I didn't go with the obvious. I went with art.
Aww.
Y'all know what kind of art I mean.
Is it involving his cock?
Yes.
I said famous 90s TV show. You know, horsing around.
You didn't choose the low-hanging fruit. You chose the highest on the tree. Oh my God. Okay, moving on.
Well, I had an
No one
image
is ever
in my
going to
head.
win this.
You done over there?
No, never.
It's my turn.
Shut your
No,
face
it's
hole.
mine. No take, only throw.
You don't run everything. You don't run my turn. Now, I had a different image in my head. What did you say? I don't know. I said you don't run my turn. I had a different image in my head, which was not quite as dirty as yours, but I do salute you. So I said, "Do you want to see my swim trunks?" I know, that was terrible.
I said glazed donut. I'm really hungry, y'all.
That's both cleaner and filthier.
Do you want to see my Tamagotchi collection?
The fastest way to get kicked out of a hot tub party.
I went with a hoof collection. You know,
Is that like a stamp
That means he's a murderer!
Yeah.
He's a literal murderer!
Was that from Rick and Morty? All right. Well, I for once did not go for a dirty answer. I said saddle.
Boo.
Sorry.
I can't believe it. They failed you harder.
the saddle is the opposite of the cock.
I am sorry, sir. No cock for you.
I mean, okay, hold on. Let's go back to the saddle thing. You do ride a saddle as well.
Yeah, but they don't make one for the belly.
It's okay, Alex. I'll give you a dick when we get home.
No, but you can straddle the other side.
I don't feel as though
Good
I'm the
point.
one that failed here.
Good point.
No, you are not. You are not. Sadly, though, we must return you to the audience and choose a challenger.
It's been a pleasure, Nick.
Hey, how do I get sent back to the audience?
Okay, change the lights
you know
so I'm
what
not
you have to do.
blind.
See it when I finally get knocked
Aw.
out.
Round of applause, people. That was a wonderful answer, and we failed him horribly.
We let you down. You're welcome.
Me too.
I mean, we're the ones who made it
Okay.
18 plus, and then we just don't deliver.
Yeah, well,
see.
you know, we did say 18 plus.
You know what, Renard? How about you choose your replacement?
Wait for the booze to hit.
Come on down. I don't know your friend.
Pass the drink, bro.
Oh, around that side. We used to have
No.
stairs there, but they magically vanished.
Yes, we don't need OSHA yelling at us.
That guy wants a donut?
I guess we have a. I mean, they're pretty drunk. They might need a sober. Well,
He's got a
you know what?
donut.
No. I'm sorry. The
I think
donut
one
went
of us
bad.
wanted a glazed
Wait, did someone
donut?
actually bring a glazed donut?
Apple donut.
Apple donut?
That's close.
Oh, okay. You know what? He can
Bitch,
have that.
That's even better.
Okay, best answer wins
Thank
an
you.
apple
Your energy
donut.
drink is fantastic.
Woo! From our sponsor,
Carlton?
Compton. Correct? Compton? Carlton. All right, Carlton, welcome to the stage. You have to face off against our friend here. Do you think you can hold your own?
I think I can.
All right, we will see.
I mean, they let down Alex pretty hard.
Oh, hold my own against these guys?
We won't fail you like we did last time.
Don't listen to him. He's a cat.
A bold
Spot,
statement.
don't give false hope.
All right.
I'm all about
So-
false hope.
All right, make my day.
Furpoc
Get back up
2020
to bat
people.
with this question. The newly married furries went to blank for their honeymoon. It's very squished. It is indeed.
Look, not all of us can have single word answers, okay?
It's a fill in the blank, not write a novel.
Yeah. I'll show you a novel.
What does that even mean?
Just look at his answers.
That's
You'll
what
see
I
a
thought.
novel.
Mine's 4 words.
I couldn't come up with a witty quip.
Okay. Look, it looks like we're all set here. Are we all set, gentlemen? The giggles mean yes. Okay, so the newly married furries went to this location for their honeymoon.
The bedroom.
The bedroom.
I was giving the obvious one and gave Anthrocon. I'm
Hey,
sorry about
hey.
that one.
Where do you think you are?
Okay.
You're
I
not
don't
gonna-
know. I'm
You're not gonna like my answer.
I'm simultaneously not drunk enough and too drunk to know where I am.
Time suppression, where would you take your sweetheart?
Well, obviously Anthrocon, because I proposed at MFF, and it would be no sense to go there for my honeymoon as well.
You're fired.
Ha! Finally!
Sweet release.
Wait, no, I have to be voted off.
I vote you off immediately.
Awesome. Thank
Seconded.
you. Woo! Everyone, are we making a motion?
No, you're
Wow,
not.
that sounded like an unresounding no.
Motion denied. Spots.
Save the sinking
There,
ship.
there. It's gonna be okay. Okay, so I didn't say Anthrocon, but I did say it's not a match. I'm so sorry. I did say a better convention.
You're fired too.
Burn?
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Apply a cool bandage to the burn. I don't even know how to lead up with this. I just wrote this. I said. Nope. I said the bathhouse. Not a match.
That's where they met, not where the honeymoon is.
Oh, that's what the question was.
for their honeymoon, they went to the gynecologist.
These are newly married furries.
This is gonna take all night.
I went with some shitty furry convention. Maybe this one. I don't know if that's rough or not. But
You're walking home.
Anthrocon's looking way, way better tonight.
well, sorry.
I hate you all. I said for apocalypse.
You just hit my camera! Jork, get up here and smack him.
Well, we should
I
just
don't know what to
congratulate
tell
him
you,
so
except
good.
I'm sorry.
Jork should just take his place on the panel.
We're not surprised. Are we surprised? We're not surprised. No. Okay, moving on. Yes, let us hope you can get a score higher than
With us, not a
0.
chance.
It's one about me. Even the cat's closest friend didn't know. You know what? Never mind. Even the cat's closest friend didn't know his blank was fake. If any of you say voice, I will claw you up here right now.
Hey, Nick. Can you repeat that one more time?
Even the cat's closest friend didn't know his blank was fake. Also remember that you are fighting for a sponsor-donated Apple Donut, if that's any motivation for you.
Hey, Mr. Conchair.
Daddy.
Okay, looks like we're all set over here. So, even the cat's closest friend didn't know his blank was fake. You said... Claws.
Oh, that's good. That's too good for us.
Oh.
Touche, good
wicked
sir.
bird.
Hey!
In the words of a glorious former convention member, band.
It's all good. Okay, let's see. Can we get claws?
I gave tail. Too bad.
Time.
I said YouTube channel.
Right.
I love you, Nick.
The things I do for you bastards.
Oh, I choked. I just said toupee. Boo. Boo. That's my fault.
Why would a cat have a toupee?
I don't know. Why would a cat have a fake implant of anything?
I'm just saying, he doesn't have a tail.
Handy cat?
Bald?
Moving right along.
Yeah, handy cat.
I said pussy.
Hey, if Mr. Bigglesworth wants to wear a toupee, he can.
Cat pattern baldness is a serious issue.
Yeah.
Fursuit bulge.
Oh.
Alrighty, this is what I'm dealing with.
A sock if you're lucky.
Final two.
I went with his testicles. He might be a blank shooter.
Are they fake or are they just injected?
They're nudicles.
Maybe it goes along with the Bad Dragon toy.
Don't give me flashbacks, please.
He's got a cum tube installed.
Silver Wolf.
We definitely did say this was 18 plus. Okay, good.
We warned you.
All right. Well, I'm failing you all tonight. I went with catnip.
What is catnip made out of? That's fake. Fake catnip. What's that made out of?
I don't know.
It's
They sell it at the
Lots of
drugstore.
vitamin E.
This sponsor brought you a donut prize, and you're not even trying.
We're overachievers. We're trying too hard.
I like the YouTube channel answer. That one was pretty funny.
Yeah, comedians. All right, rematch time.
Are you regretting life choices?
I regret nothing. Everyone knows a furry brings a U-Haul to their first date. Unfortunately, the truck is never big enough to carry blank. I guess I did my first date wrong. I'm sorry, dear. Okay, cut the music. I think we're good. Everybody in? Okay. So, first date, every furry brings a U-Haul. Bring enough to fit what?
This is what I get for sharing
I couldn't
with you
fit
all.
all my mersuits in there.
Ooh. All of your mersuits.
So this may be up to the judge's interpretation. I said toys. That's upside down, not
Toys.
backwards. This is backwards.
I'd give it a ding. Ding, ding. Hooray, we got one. Go us.
I didn't go quite as lewd on this one. I just said their ego.
Wow.
Hey, Nick, what was the contestant's answer?
Mersuits.
Mersuits. Okay.
It's I don't know. I got nothing for this one. I just said that truck is never big enough to fit good life choices.
You don't call mersuits good life choices? Are you living?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like mersuits are good life choices.
Well,
That's where I've seen you from.
Did you subscribe and like?
Video somewhere.
Buy me coffee.
I not only subscribed, I liked.
That's a
Did you
bold-faced
subscribe
lie.
to their OnlyFans?
I'm actually really
It's
confused
called
right
Just
now.
for Fans.
Can you hit that bell too? Just smash that bell like 3 times.
Moving on.
I said the truck is not big enough to fit their crippling debt.
That's too real.
Oh, wow.
Too
Reality
real.
check.
I know.
Reality-free place. We're here to relax with you, not think about our crippling debt. Thanks.
The truck's not big enough to fit my massive Bad Dragon collection.
It is.
That's not the same thing as mersuits.
Yeah, it's too
I
far.
wasn't
I don't know.
specific about what the toys were.
I also went with this Bad Dragon collection. So, yeah.
Okay, I went a little more broad here, and I definitely think this qualifies. Yif collection.
Oh, you know what? That qualifies more than toys does.
It's not just good, it's good enough.
It's good enough. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call it, audience, I'm feeling that's worth only one ding. How about you? Yeah. We'll set you to one. I know, buddy. I know.
It's fine. Seriously, the fact that I got 2 half matches was amazing enough.
It is a statistical anomaly, I will agree. All right, moving on. Let's see if you can also get 2 half matches. It's possible. We've seen it happen. Suffering from post-con depression, Foxy the furry cried in the parking lot wishing for blank. Wishing that his mother wasn't a woman who named him Foxy when he came from a family of wolves.
Hey, don't knock the questions. The questions are sound.
I'll be right back.
Daddy, we need more juice. The one in front of you. It's in front of you.
This is how they deal with their post-con depression.
I would like the bottle.
I like hard things.
Is this for me? You shouldn't have.
One for you, 2 for me.
Are we all done wasting everybody's time? Yes? Good. Good music cut. Thank you. Okay. Suffering from post-con depression, Foxy the furry cried in the parking lot wishing for blank.
Well, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I think I already have half a point. More cocks.
More cocks.
That means we did a bad job.
Usually.
Now hang your head in shame and say doe.
Doe.
No matching?
Well, my my entire witty pun lead up just completely flew out of my head. So, blowjob. He wanted a blowjob.
Oh, that's mean. That's pretty close.
Well, I mean, so the name was Foxy, right? Okay,
Yes.
so I said that sweet, sweet cock.
Woo! We got a winner!
Nice.
Ding ding!
We got a full ding. A full ding?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ding ding. So I know what I always wish for at the end of the convention is one more day.
Why would you wish for one more day of hell?
I was trying to get a match, not be
It's a
miserable
con you're
like
attending,
usual.
not working for.
He was trying to be wholesome.
Sorry, but that's too sweet
Yeah,
for this
times
room.
some
Thank
people
you,
don't
Nick.
work
I was
cons.
trying to be wholesome.
People don't work cons.
No
Moving
comment.
along.
I said
further
he wished
questions,
for
Your
a
Honor.
hookup on Howler.
Tangential.
Close.
12 pints of ice cream.
Are
Do
you
we need
just
to take
naming
you to
things
get
that
ice
you
cream
want
after
We
right
this?
all know
now?
what you want right now.
Serious, Felix.
I can go for
Are
some
you
ice cream.
literally just naming things that you want right now?
Time.
Well, I don't have
Dog
12 lots of
logic.
ice cream for you. I just have a donut.
Bark. Bark, bark. Bark, bark.
I'm sorry.
Bark, 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 bark.
I'm sorry I failed you.
Bark, bark.
Wow.
I don't know
You
why I'm
can't
barking
say
at the
that on
cat.
TV.
You can hang on to that one.
Who's?
I'm sorry, we just got demonetized.
If you have a lot of microphones, that means you should give your answer.
All right. I went with someone to love me.
Yikes.
I always want to be loved.
Zoink, Scoob.
Why do you want to add depression on top of post-con depression?
To love. All right, well, I'm way too PG-13. I went for reassuring pets.
Aww.
Reassuring pets down below?
Good.
Is that not half the attendees here?
Hey.
Okay.
Not in the fur.
They did the impossible. They gave you a fighting chance.
That's all I can ask for from these guys.
That's
Now
too much
all
to
I
ask
have to
for.
ask is, are you honestly willing to stand for one more round of this shit?
Yes.
Audience, can you stand one more round of this?
Well, they haven't walked out yet.
Thank you for humoring us. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go. Let's make it happen. We want a winner.
Well, no, let's keep that one with the blue muzzle.
Hey, we're volunteering for this.
Okay, we'll keep you.
Okay, I like this one. I should have never married a furry. Every night, he brings his blank to bed. I found a place I haven't stood yet. Okay, are we all set? Almost. Come on, boy, you can do it. Okay, we are ready to go. I should have never married a furry. Every night, he brings his blank to bed. What does he keep on bringing to bed?
He keeps bringing his master and/or pet into bed.
Awkward.
Almost. I almost put that
Or
one.
hot, depends.
Instead, much like Charles Nelson Riley, his boyfriend.
I mean, it could work. Not exact. The gods have answered. Time.
So I legitimately almost wrote pup, but I said boyfriend too.
Well, I've been around a lot of furries, and it seems that this answer would be a reasonable thing for them to bring to bed with them every night, without fail, their baggage.
You would never believe what someone said to me on Twitter today.
I'm having
I'm leaving the fandom.
Please stop, I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, he gets enough of that from me.
Okay.
He keeps bringing his venereal diseases to bed.
Sexual baggage.
You know, you should get tested regularly and often.
He does, they all come back
I'm very
positive.
happy that you know that.
It's the only test he ever passes.
Okay, at least I can pass a test.
Ball? Oh, he's a good puppy. He's got a ball.
All right, I went with his sexy pillow cover thing, like you can buy from the convention space there.
What is it?
Dakimakura.
You would know.
He has one.
Can I get one?
I've got
I
one
want one.
too, and there's someone backstage who's gonna be
Okay.
really
have you ever
embarrassed
humped
if
a
I
good
say
pillow?
his name.
Did you say plushie?
I said pillow.
No,
Can-
not you. The other one.
Can I move to that end of the table because I too said boyfriend?
So long as you bring the juice, yes.
Too real.
I'm attacking you,
I'm in
cameraman,
so much
aren't
pain
I?
right now.
I know. Technically, a boyfriend could be a pet, especially in this group, but once again, they're batting 0 for 0. And 0, and 0, and 0,
I wish you better
and
luck
1
than
and a
I
half.
just had, because you don't deserve this. You really don't deserve this. You should be somewhere else doing something where somebody's actually trying to help you.
I mean, the same could be said about us.
Okay, true.
That's fair. That is totally
Clearly,
fair.
we need help.
But this is why you brought the alcohol.
The problem is that
Do I have a lifeline? Can
All
I
right.
get a lifeline or
You might
something?
be trying to help them.
Ask the
Phone a
audience.
friend? Can I telegram a friend?
Can we make it happen this time? Can
Give
we
me the
get
50-50.
a winning round?
Let's help you out. I'll make it real easy for y'all.
You can do it. They can't,
promise?
but you can.
Maybe not you.
In the lobby
hurtful.
of a furry convention, you can watch attendees suiting, sketching, and sleeping. In the hotel rooms, you can catch them blanking.
Can you read that again?
In the lobby of a furry convention, you can watch attendees suiting, sketching, and sleeping. In the hotel rooms, you can catch them blanking. I mean, that's got to be part of it.
Can't be any easier. Shit. Nope, I'm down one.
Gib. Hey, you got ink on my face. God damn it. No, I was not. Am I lying? Yes.
Are we good? We good?
I
we
might
good?
go into work on Wednesday with rainbow-colored hair, so shut up.
Yeah, but you put this stupid nonsense on your resume.
Oh no.
This
You
is
have an
true.
excuse.
Yeah,
I
they
have
do-
no sympathy.
They do all know what I'm doing.
It's literally incredible that you would announce to your employment that this is what you do in your spare time.
Just give it to a dog.
We all have hobbies, guys.
I always want a bone.
A bone.
Look, we threw you a bone because you really, really needed one.
Yes, we'll auction this off right now. 50 cents. Do I have 50 cents?
It's a really nice bone.
50 cents.
Bonehead.
Get on with it! Thank you.
They grow in
In the
patience.
lobby of a furry convention, you can watch attendees suiting, sketching, and sleeping. In the hotel rooms, you can catch them.
Let's hear what the audience has to say first. Everyone?
Wow!
Close enough.
Now let's see if they ruined this.
I bet they did. Yiffing.
Oh.
I told you.
I said fucking. They're the same thing.
It's a ding. It's a ding. We're calling it a ding. Time.
I as well said fucking.
Double ding.
Give me another ding.
English,
Come on,
not
ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding. Thank you. I've been to a lot of hotel rooms, and I can tell you, without fail, without any sort of undue prejudice that people are playing Smash on their Switch.
I don't know. I think smashing is a war form of yiffing.
Invariably leads into the fucking.
Yes.
Your Switch is in my bag still.
Smash. When's
Do you
that
wanna
party going on?
smash?
I
Yeah,
saw
when
the
are we going
flyers.
that up in here?
I don't know.
I said,
That's why people aren't here, right? They're over there doing that. Sorry.
it's okay. I said they're complaining about the condition of their rooms.
Dude, why are you with the too real and too soon tonight?
Very topical. It's got nowhere to go, but never mind.
Yiffing.
Yiffing!
What did the donut guy say? White
Yiffing.
t-shirt?
What about?
Or white sweatshirt guy? The guy who wanted a donut, what'd he say?
What did I say?
Yes.
I said complaining about the condition of their rooms.
Only here.
I was gonna go with fucking, but I went yiffing. I tried to be
Thank you.
somewhat appropriate, but
Boo.
it's hard.
Can that one be 2 points?
Well, I
It's
knew
written
this was
twice.
gonna pretty much be a unanimous win, so I had to throw a wrench into things and said having deep philosophical discussions.
Okay, but as opposed to that, audience, let's hear it for fucking! You've done it. Thank you for tolerating this.
All hate mail
And now
can
for
be
the
addressed
ultimate
to
jigsaw
Nick
twist.
Nocturne at furpocalypse.org.
I won my donut back.
He wins the donut back. I have no idea what you just said, but I'm scared.
I love you, Nick. You're our new PR guy, right? You're going to handle all this afterwards.
All the voicemail or
yes,
all
absolutely.
of the
I will
emails are being
take it-
directed to you.
I will take it all in stride and cry in the corner, wishing I never met you.
His
Can I
resignation
watch?
will be in on Monday.
Say hi to Foxy the Furry when you're crying in the corner.
Wish him the
Parking
best.
lot, you boob.
How are we doing for time?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Time? What time is it?
I don't know. I'm a dog. I don't have a watch.
It's like 20 at 10. What's the matter? Is it pumpkin time? You
We're going to give this.
Oh. Why'd you go home?
Because we like to
I keep
torture
hearing
you.
9:42.
9:42.
The
We're
night's
gonna
just
give
getting
this-
started.
Because we like to torture you, we're going to see
No refunds.
one more challenger. Let's see if you can hold on to your donuts. Are you willing?
Yes, I'm willing.
All right. After all this, who genuinely wants to give this a
Take
shot?
one of those bouncy ones. They're cute.
Yeah, is that a dragon wolf there?
It's
on
really
the aisle
cute.
seat? They are super bouncy.
They're really
Come
cute
on
too.
up, you. Come on. Woo, nice. Follow me. Never mind. They are super agile. Okay, you are a bouncy fella. You just brought all the life back into this stage. Look at you. And you are Zero. Okay, Zero. I know that you'll at least be able to write even if you can't speak, you adorable thing. So, let's go ahead and see if Zero can snatch the donut and also get us the hell out of here. The lion said to the zebra, I love your stripes. They make you look blank. Go. Defend your crown.
Can I
The
get that question one
lion
more
said
time?
to the zebra, I love your stripes. They make you look blank.
I'm going to go ahead and up the ante. I'm going to add our leftover bagels from this morning in addition to the donut.
Ultimate prize package.
How awesome would it be be if we had an actual rotating stage where we can rotate people on and off, just like the actual show.
You get to clean up the vomit.
No vomit, but it was a huge platform they had. They just spin it around. And somebody
you
would
want
be
to
like,
build
okay,
it?
bye. And
I'm
you'd be
not
like,
building a
gone.
revolve.
We'll go ahead and spend
Do you want
6
that in your
weekends next
garage?
year building that.
Don't build it in my garage.
That's the only place it can get built.
No.
You know you love to see me.
You might
Okay.
even get this one.
My
We've
fursuit head
got
smells like
even
all
get
our
this one.
answers in, I do believe.
Hey, time.
You might just get it.
Is there carpet underneath me?
Oh
Thanks.
no. Okay. The lion
I
said
don't
to
know
the
what
zebra.
just happened, but he's happy
He
that there's
piddled on the
carpet.
carpet.
I did not.
We should have.
I
put,
am not admitting to
we
that.
should have put puppy pads under you.
I
knew it.
No. I may have accidentally spilt my beer.
Oh.
That's even
Slightly.
worse.
Well,
Little
I don't
bit.
actually own these stage decks, so I don't care.
I didn't spill my beer. I drank my beer. Maybe you should try drinking it instead of spilling it.
Abusing my alcohol.
You ever feel like committing mass murder?
I don't know what to
Not
tell you.
recently.
You sure? I mean, it could be fun.
I mean,
It's a suggestion.
give me an hourglass.
Okay, yeah, we'll give
Yeah.
you. I'll give you some time to think.
What was
Okay,
the question?
lion said to
No,
the
like when the
zebra,
hourglass runs out.
yeah.
"I love your stripes. They make you look
Full figured.
full-figured,
As in ready to eat.
as in ready to eat."
You got to take the first
AKA
thing they say. That's
delicious.
the rule.
Yes. What's written down is full figured.
I am the match game guy. I watched a lot of match game in preparation for this.
Congrats.
That's your
That is
personal
such
problem,
an
not
accomplishment.
ours.
Okay, but
No.
the reboot's okay. Well, which reboot? Alec Baldwin's okay. He's probably the best reboot.
I'm sure it's fine, but when you have Brett Summers, like, getting episodes banned because she answers fag, like, that's just... I mean, what are you going to do with that, you know? That's the classic.
Okay, I will admit, Brett Summers and Richard Dawson were very good, but...
Mute their mic, Sparky!
Thank you.
I love that 40 years ago, Betty White still looked the same.
Okay.
Okay.
I said the
Betty
zebra
White
looked
is
like a
still
skunk.
alive, and she
Hey,
is
what's this card
97 years
say?
old.
The zebra
Like a skunk. Wow. Okay. Like a skunk. Yep.
Stripes go the other way.
Hi. I said tasty.
Tasty.
I also said tasty, because lions eat zebras,
Just put the mic down.
I think.
I said they're fashionable.
Thompson's gazelles. Look it up.
The lion said to the zebra, "Your stripes make you look like a snack. May I vor you, please?"
I didn't go the furry approach. I went with an inmate.
I was thinking along the same lines, but in the opposite direction, because stripes make you look slimming.
These are round
I'm
stripes.
sorry, I failed
not
you.
tall stripes.
Yeah, like in that Venture Brothers episode. Stripes are slimming.
You should go with pinstripes. They lead the eye down.
Make sure all the stripes go vertical.
Zero. Listen carefully, okay? I need you to save our souls. All right? Can you do it, buddy? Okay. We'll try our best.
Yes, you do.
You got the zero.
Okay.
You can
This
get to their level. I hope.
this one's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna hurt. Inspired by the furry fandom of this con, next year's theme will be blank.
One more time. What was that?
Inspired by the furry fandom, next year's theme will be blank. Sometimes all you need to do is look up for some inspiration. It comes from crazy places.
are 18 or over.
Also, I feel that people who show up to an event like this are, ready for.
Well, I know what next year's con book description for this is going to be. Train wreck.
Oh, I don't think it's going that bad. I'm
Wait.
having a great time.
I mean, you're pretty
We're
drunk,
doing
so.
You're full of
We're doing a
alcohol.
train-themed con?
Okay, Zero.
Smash?
No, smash. Let's smash on the Switch.
I brought my Switch and Smash Brothers.
I know you did.
Okay. So, according to our friend Zero here, who is here for the first time, next year's Furpocalypse will be FuckCon.
Way to save us.
We're gonna make a great first impression.
Can I take you back to my room later?
Is the attendance list long on this one?
6,900. Okay.
Oh,
Batter up.
I panicked and said pantsless o'clock.
Okay. I did the good classic new fursuit or pay rent.
Isn't that the life question right there?
I stand by my answer.
So that's why you got evicted.
Bad news, moving in with you.
Hey, he was the idiot that took me in.
I just can't unpack that right now.
Much like a lot of our items in the house. Still not unpacked.
I'm going to clean out the garage and the basement of everything Furpoc as soon as I get home.
Good luck.
Anywho, so FuckCon is a very good answer. I would like to say my answer is a match because my answer is indecency in general, which under the umbrella of indecency is definitely FuckCon.
Look. Sex is a very wholesome thing.
Hey, I got a ding. You see, that just goes to show if you want something
I
enough,
said
you will
wholesome,
get the
didn't
ding.
I?
I did that for you. I got the ding. You can't unding once the ding's been dinged.
I said soap.
I fucking wish.
That was a terrible answer. Give him a nice long buzz.
Womp womp.
We only
Moving
have
on.
one sound effect loaded. I'm sorry.
Next year's con theme will be
Spooky deodorant.
So is that an absence of it?
The absence is
What?
what's spooky.
That's what I said.
Spooky deodorant, when you need ghost accessories. I went with, I want a con devoted to bad dragon accessories.
Did they hire you as a spokesperson?
That's what happens when you have a 18
No,
plus
I'm just
sponsor
poor and
with
can't afford any of them.
Look, I mean,
Oh,
bad
dreams.
dragon accessories.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just
these are all
self-fucking.
pipe dreams that I've built in my head.
All right. Well, I did go with fandom, but I kind of narrowed it down to here in Cromwell and went with Black Lung. I didn't say it.
My, how the tables have turned. At the beginning of this, you were having your honeymoon here, and at the end of this, it's black lung all day, every day.
I'm just thinking about next year.
I believe
More
you
black
to
lung?
be a good soul. So I'm going to let you judge this one. Does indecency match for FuckCon?
I got a ding. You can't unding the ding.
I do have to agree. It is very, very close. Green light.
Green
Indecency.
light. So that puts us at 1/0 for this round, correct?
I believe so.
Zero has set us free! Congratulations, Zero. You won with FuckCon. Here are your bagels. Good catch. Here is your donut. And here
Next
our
year's
thanks
furpoc will be
for
18
participating
over.
in the match game. It's been an hour, right? One long, painful hour. Thank you all.
I hope everybody had a couple of laughs. I know I did.
At least one.
No refunds.
All right.
We have a requirement of 1 laugh per person.
Are we
If
good?
met
Are
that
we
quota,
calling it?
Fucking golden.
The lights are calling it. He's drinking. We're calling it. What are you guys still doing here? Get out of here! Go!
So who's excited
Leave!
for FuckCon?
Get out of my ballroom!
Wait, before everyone leaves, how do you like the podium? The design here. This was all Nick's idea. This was a 2-week project?
No.
it was a
I
month and a
specifically
half.
remember not being able to park my car in the garage for like 2 months.
The homeowner speaks.
It was about 4 or 5 weekends. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. You've
Oh
been
my goodness,
fantastic.
Phil, you're here.
We
You came
love
and
all
saw
of you.
me
Wah,
do the
wah.
thing. Oh, that's so sweet.
Donate to a good cause.
I would be surprised if they don't beat us up upon exit.
Remember, if you raise enough money, he gets a reverse mohawk. Remember that.
Yes.
Would you like a?
Here you go.
Have a sip. Have it.
I think they showed. No. Bye. Sorry for scarring you for life.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ohio.
And remember, please fill out the comment cards if you never want us to do this again.